Hello,
Hey.
YouTubers.
Hello,
How
hello.
you doing tonight?
Hello.
Good to see y'all. Thank y'all for being here. And welcome to another episode of Humanoids Live. I'm your host, Barton. Right beside me, as always, my beautiful wife, Letitia.
Hi, guys.
Also sharing the screens with us tonight are our favorite ghost hunting girls, Krista Michael Tweedy and Hollywood Brandy Butcher from Blondes and Booze.
Hello, hello.
Ladies.
Hello.
Happy Valentine's Day to all you girls out there.
Yeah, same to you. Thank you.
Well, you know,
Happy Valentine.
we don't count today, but happy Valentine's Day to all you ladies.
Happy Valentine's Day, baby. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Yes, happy
Yes,
Valentine's Day.
So we had a guest tonight, but he's gone dark. And honey, I want you to add Mr. T to the prayer list. We want everybody to send up a prayer for Mr. T and his wife. Like I say, he's gone quiet. I haven't heard from him in over a week, so we just want to make sure that he's all right. So if you don't mind, send up a prayer for him and his wife. And honey, I know you would have something to say before we get started here. It's going to be a different kind of night. We're going to be able to actually reply to all your comments and your questions. So the last time we did this, I really had a good time, enjoyed myself. And it was a lot of fun. So hopefully we'll be again this time. Go ahead, darling.
Okay, well, first of all, we want to say prayers to Kansas City. You know, everybody knows by now that there was a shooting in Kansas City today at the parade for the Kansas City Chiefs, and 22 people shot. One has passed, and I know that said last report there was 8 children in the children's hospital. So prayers to all the families, to everybody that's involved. And Krista, did you want to add anything to that you might know since you guys live there or close to there?
Well, that the last ghost hunt that Brandy and I did on a live at the Ray County Museum, we had 2 kids with us, 2 boys that were on with us, and I found out they were within 50 yards of the shooter today. Thankfully, they're fine.
Wow.
And then know somebody else who was in downtown Union Station in the closet with the mayor and I guess other public officials too down there. So it's just, yeah, the governor was down there. I mean, like literally all of Missouri was in Kansas City when this happened.
Right.
So.
It's like we can't have nothing nice.
Right.
Just
Right.
nothing.
Right. The world's gone crazy. It's going to get a lot worse. So you guys, like I say, don't be scared, be prepared. People are really going off the deep end. They've lost all sense of morality and decency, and they're just acting like animals, and just be prepared for that, okay?
So prayers for Kansas City.
And prayers for everyone.
It's just sad. Why, you know, I mean, I don't know if there's been a motive, if it was just a tiff, you know, somebody was fighting. I don't know, you know, if it was a terrorist type thing. Who knows?
They didn't have any information on why yet, no motive, but they did say that some of the crowd actually stopped one of the shooters.
They did. I actually, Kathy sent me the video, and they did. Yeah. Like, kudos.
So thank you, because they probably saved a lot of lives. You know, took a chance and stood up. So
they did.
For that. All right, definitely. Our prayer list tonight. I might need some little help tonight because some of it he wrote. So
well, my handwriting is wonderful. What are you talking about?
Sure.
I did not write
prayers
that.
to Valerie Kopp, Curtis Turner's mom. She's having some troubles. Ania, Heather Ann's husband, Brian's sons. He lost his son last week, so hearts go out to him. Sorry. So sorry for that. Mike Coulter. His mother-in-law passed away, so prayer to him. Michelle Milner, she's got about a week left in her boot, so good luck to you, Michelle. Hope you're out there and hope you get that boot off and get that wedding planned.
Yeah, that way you and Cal can come to Kentucky.
Right.
You're not that far away, and we've been waiting for you.
Emily Stephen asked, please, everybody, just pray for our country. That's something good. We need everybody to pray for this country, especially after something like happened today. Mm-hmm. So Tristan Myers, her stepdad, passed away. Mark Staten, Vic and Veer Galati, Sam Burton, Sherry Griffey, Trey Hood, Cowboy 4572's wife Cindy, Scott's life daughters Megan, Phil Stern. Hopefully his hand's almost healed. We're praying for you, buddy.
Yeah, we are, brother.
Josh and Nellie Turner from the PRT and the PRT family. Daryl Denton, battling COVID. He's getting better, but he's not over it yet. So we need some prayers still for him. Matt Imp, she's going through some pretty rough times right now, having some troubles with his suture that opened up. He's, I don't know how much he wants me to say, but let's just say he's going through some rough times, and please pray for him. John and Amy Long, Wanda Henderson Lutz and family. The Martin family from here in Henderson, they lost a family member in a household fire this week. So prayers to those guys.
Yes, and condolences.
Nancy Henderson family. Here's the one I don't know. Robert Bashewski.
I think so.
Okay. Winnie Brown and family. Anna and Kevin Jones and their granddaughter Autumn. Two Shadows. Catherine Gay and Roger, her husband. The family of Richard Brooks. He passed away. I'm assuming he's a friend of Dewey Edwards, or maybe even kin to him. I'm not sure about that.
But
Dewey Edwards himself, he fell today, so I think he's okay, but he needs some prayers probably. Dan Williams' friend has brain cancer, so we need to really send some prayers out for his friend.
Yes.
And we want to say happy anniversary to Tyler Oliger and Sam Phillips. We also have one more prayer request, everybody. We don't know really what's going on with Mr. T, like Bart said, so prayers to Mr. T and his wife.
For sure.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you to everyone who takes the time and actually says a prayer for everyone. What a day it's been, right? So I got off work and in time to take Letitia to a nice dinner, and then I started getting a migraine, so I went and laid down in the dark for a while. Lloyd Davis, I don't know if you're in the chat, but he woke me up. Thanks a lot, brother. But no, really good to hear from you. Got up, and everyone's having premieres tonight. We had Hellbent Holler had a great premiere. It's fantastic. Josh Turner, PRT, they had another one. So I'm like, wow, I'm missing all kinds of stuff here. But if you guys get a chance, go check their stuff out, check their channels out, as well as the Blondes and Booze, and everybody's doing their best to bring you the real stuff and not the fake stuff.
Right. Bigfoot, Michigan Rob,
BMR, Tex, yes.
Texas Front Porch, Cryptidville, Jonestead Farms. I know I'm forgetting somebody, but
everybody should be in the verbiage of the show.
Planet 412, Matt's channel.
Yep.
So yeah, there's just a few of us out here doing what we do because it's so hard and it takes so long, but we're happy to do it as long as you guys are here to support us and help us out. Send in your stories, your true stories, and we'll keep doing this. But this channel here seems to be committed to growing, despite the best efforts of this platform to keep it from doing that. It seems to be well on its way to growing into something special. And I just want to thank everybody that's had a hand in that, all the subscribers, and only the subscribers will be able to comment in the chat from now on. We don't have a lot of problems with trolls, but sometimes they get in, and if they want to say something nasty or snarky, I'll be happy to comment on it, but they'll have to be a subscriber first. So all you people out there that's hating on everybody, I'll go ahead and sign up. If you want to talk, we'll talk.
But we're not going to talk on the channel. So
no, we're not going to bring a lot of drama to the channel. We're not about that. We're just about bringing you the truth. And hello to everyone in the chat. Look at all these wonderful people here.
Right. I forgot something, guys. I wanted to say our February birthdays real quick. Scott Warren's. Did you want to say Elena Catherine Smith?
Yeah, that was last week.
This is Dewey Edwards' daughter, Tracy, and Sue G. I'm not giving out days. I'm not saying like so-and-so's birthday is on this day in February. I'm just going to overall every Wednesday say February birthdays. So happy birthday to everyone whose birthday is in February.
And welcome, Jamie, to becoming a YouTube member.
Oh,
yes, welcome, Jamie.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that.
Right. So you don't know what a difference you guys are making here, and it seems like I don't have an hour or two to spare. I need to find it to do something for you guys, and we're committed to to bringing you a lot more good stuff coming up. So we have this fancy new night vision camera that we've yet to use. So
Psionics
right,
Night Vision Pro.
We'll be going back to the LBL very, very soon. So I've also started, as per member request, to read my own books, which I never thought I'd be doing. But then again, I never thought I'd be doing any of this, right?
Right.
So, hope you guys are liking that. I'm going to have a new video of that up soon. It takes a while for me to edit my own my own speaking, because I'm not that great a speaker, right? I can write pretty good, they say, but reading it's a different story.
Come on now.
So,
Hey, I would like to throw this out there. If you guys haven't seen Bart's latest live, please go check it out. It's
It's a classic.
you
It's an absolute classic.
lives that we've done. Go watch this one.
Go watch his last live. He's alone, like he shouldn't have been, but
Yeah.
he's gonna do what he's gonna do. You really need to check it out. It's worth it. Watch it on the big screen if you can.
You really
Sorry about
sticking the knife in there and twisting it. Oh. Yeah, so, well, if you don't know, I'm sure you probably know by now, but I fell down and busted my butt on the last live stream. Fell down into a creek.
Sure did.
She was working, and I had a few hours to spare, so I thought, well, I'm just gonna go out here to the woods, which is just a few blocks from my house. The woods start and then they run into the river bottoms. I've never been into this particular stretch of woods before, so I thought I'd just go explore a little bit, and I did pretty good. I shimmied across this tree that had fallen over a creek, right? It was only like 12 inches wide and about 10 foot up off the
Right.
ground. Shimmied all the way across that 20-foot tree with no problem, and walked through a train tunnel. No,
That was cool. That was cool.
Step back up on the bank, and I don't know. The bank went somewhere. It wasn't there. It wasn't where it was supposed to be. So,
I gotta say, Bart, thank you very much for the laugh.
I'm sorry, y'all.
laughter's good medicine.
Also, if y'all haven't seen the last, I don't know if it's on live, but Joe Doyle from Help and Holler bid it this week too. So you might want to check that
Yeah,
out.
you're not alone, brother.
He's not alone.
Don't feel bad. Okay.
So I guess that's just this week's.
That's part of the thing, being out in the field, though. I mean, it's just you're out there looking for these creatures and native animals, and whoop, there you go down. It's
Even the best of us fall down.
that's right.
Every once in a
Oh,
while.
I fell down today. I fell down today. I was at work. I wasn't doing anything, crazy. I fell down at work today. Got myself real good. So, hey,
You're okay.
it's just this week.
You're okay.
Joe says that
I'm okay. A little bruised, but I'm okay.
Good.
Yeah, I'm glad you're okay, Hollywood. I'm glad everybody's okay.
Oh,
We
yeah.
can just try to keep our balance a little bit better, I guess, as we get older.
Yeah.
It's harder to
We don't
do.
bounce like
It's
we
harder
used to when we were kids.
Yeah, I don't bounce so well.
Yeah. Right. Well, I kind of do. I got a little padding, so Joe said he's still limping a little bit. So we'll send some prayers your way,
send some
Joe.
prayers your way, brother Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got so many good people in the chat. Chris Phoenix, hello, man. How you doing, brother?
Oh,
Lady Wolf, Jason Broussard, Werewolf, Sherry, Sister Sherry, how are you, hon? We love you. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Gary Spikes, Amy Creel, Holly, dear sweet Holly, hello there. Mike Turner, James Fedke, hey, brother. There's so many good people in here. Jimmy
Pork Chop
Blanton,
Express.
Pork Chop, yeah. A-Lift Prime. You guys are the best. Shade Viking is he in here?
Gwen, Poncho,
There you are, brother.
Lisa.
Yeah.
You'll never name them all. There are so many
Yeah.
people in this chat.
So, hi, Ristal. Hi, Catherine. Hi, Gary.
Hi, brother William.
Hey,
Yes,
Chris.
I did drop my phone on the ground into the mud and got it
Oh.
all muddy, but luckily the camera lens did not get muddy. So
And let us all say rest in peace to Splinter. Splinter is no longer part of our weaponry.
no longer part of my arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, that was the last stream I did a couple of days before
Right.
the last one.
Yeah.
And I think you were sick that day.
No, I was at work.
You was work that day too?
Mhm.
Yeah. So broke my spear and my heart. Put that there. Broke them both in one swipe. But luckily I have a brother that he's already hard at work on my next spear. So, and I have a backup, but it's not a throwing spear. It's a really heavy duty type deal. I call it Carnage, and it's like I say, it's nothing to play around with, right? You don't want. And Letitia said, "Well, since Splinter broke, we'll just go ahead and make that into a spear for me." I said, "No, baby, you can't do that." And she said, "Well, why not?" I said, "Because it's too short. Your spear has to be at least as tall as you are, if not taller, because if you fall down, you could kill yourself with one of those things, right?" So, yeah, you don't want to ever have a spear that's shorter than you. And when I was falling, I let go of carnage. And of course, I've been handling spears forever. But if you guys, if you decide to start taking spears out with you, it's highly unlikely, I know, but please be careful with that. It's very dangerous.
But I can say that Splinter is now a really nice walking stick for me.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's about all it's good for anymore.
There you
So
go.
let's go ahead and get on with this. Krista is going to add a link to StreamYard. So if anybody wants to come on and tell an encounter, a true encounter, you're welcome to. Just follow the link that Krista's going to put in the chat. If you have questions, just put them in chat. Please make sure they're all in caps so that we see them and we get to them. Tonight's all about you, all about asking Bart questions, us questions, the
Well, if
ladies'
you just
questions.
want to say hello, just call up.
It's all about you guys tonight. Krista
Right.
and Brandy, they'll take questions. I think I didn't just throw them under the bus, but I'm sure they'll take questions if anybody has questions for them.
Right.
And
So you girls have a trip coming up, don't you,
yes,
blondies?
we do.
These three blondes here have a trip coming up that I will have no part of. No, I don't want to do that. So why don't you tell them about that? What you got going on?
So it is Ashmore Estates, and I believe it's May 18th, I think.
It's May 18th, yes.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
we're putting it on with
But
we're
it
putting it
sounds
on with
good.
After Dark Paranormal, which Terry Mosby is actually in our chat right
Yeah,
now.
just say hi to her.
Yep.
Well, hello, Terry.
Yep. And we have
Hello, Maddie.
we have several speakers going to be there, and just people coming to hang. It's Robin Terry, who owns Ashmore Estates, is going to be there with us. Letitia, you're going to come. Paranormal Paul and Terry's whole group, and Josh Hurd, who owns Malvern Manor. So, and we actually might have a surprise appearance by somebody. So Brandy doesn't even know about this one yet, neither does Terry.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Uh-oh. I like
Maybe-
surprises. I like
And that
surprises.
even Elvis, right? That
There-
place
no,
sounds so haunted. I don't know
Elvis.
anything about Ashmore Estates, but it sounds too haunted for me. And
Well,
Thank you,
the
lady.
great thing about this is that we're going to have like a speaker portion during the day. And then when that is finished, guess what? We feed you. You actually get dinner from us. And then we will start ghost investigating. So, I mean, it is just a full day nonstop of good stuff.
Pretty sure
Yeah.
I'm going to be at the picnic tables on the outside of the building. when
I'll
the
probably
ghost
be in the
hunting
LDR.
starts.
Yeah, I probably won't be in the same state as you guys, but thank you, Lady and Baker. We appreciate your donation.
We
hon.
do. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
You
and
guys
the thing about Ashmore Estates too, there's a nice fire pit out there, and so it's like even if you're not into ghost hunting, still, you can still come out and hang out with us and eat and all that good stuff too.
Well, I'm sorry, but I still think it's a little creepy outside too. I think it's creepy outside too because you're sitting there.
Well, War Criminal said
A little
he's
creepy
there
outside
and
'cause you're-
on my back. So
Yeah.
we're good. War Criminal back. I'm happy.
Right?
Yep.
That's going to be there.
All right.
You guys are just, y'all asking for trouble with all that ghost stuff. Take it from me. I just don't want any part of it. 39 Seanman says, what
Wait.
definitive piece of physical evidence makes you believe in Bigfoot? My own two eyes, my
Yep.
friend.
Okay.
I've
So-
seen it twice, and I've encountered it 4 times, twice where I could not see it. So I just didn't say but could not see the thing. So yeah, it's my own eyes.
Okay, guys, and you too, baby.
Okay.
Krista stars these comments and questions in order, so please be patient with us. We will get to all of your questions as we can. He likes to jump ahead a little bit sometimes because he don't really know how we do it. But
You guys see who's running the show here, right?
How we do it, Bart.
how we do
Hey,
it?
you're just
That's how
Bart,
we
you're
do
just the face. You're just the cute face in the front. That's it.
right.
That's all you got.
it. Wow. You guys are really something tonight. Hello, Bubba. Martin Groves. How you doing tonight, brother? He says bring plenty of your special sauce.
I've got
Yep,
a
he did
gallon
say that.
jug and another gallon bottle ready to go for you, Brother Martin.
Awesome.
So,
you're gonna
There
love
is
it.
another question for you, Bart, real quick. It says, hey, Barton, where did those points come from?
Where did those points come from?
Mhm.
What we said. So I assume you're talking about the arrowheads, and we go all over looking for those. What we do is we find a creek that has a rocky bottom, and we'll find the nearest farmhouse and go knock on the door and ask for permission to walk that creek. And usually they say yes. A few times they got really mad and said, you better not come down on my property. But usually they say yes. So we go in the creeks, and that's where we find. A lot of times we go to Union County and Webster County. But here lately, I found a couple creeks here in Henderson County that I never even knew were here, and I've been here almost my whole life. So, yeah.
So we can go ahead and answer that question if you want to,
yes,
Krista.
Lolly. They are from the American Indians, and in the creeks you have represented all different types of the Native Americans that were here from the beginning up to the end. So what they do is back thousands of years ago, these creeks were just small streams, right? That game would come and drink from, and they would go out and shoot at these deer or buffalo or whatever it was. And a lot of times they missed, and it'd be tall grass, and they didn't find their points. And imagine this going on for 10 or 15,000 years. You see how many points would be laying up there on top of that stream, right? But after all that time and erosion, that little stream becomes a huge wide creek, and the points fall in from the top. So, or the sides or whatever layer that they're in, they wash in. The rain comes, it floods the creek, the water scours the edges, and these arrowheads fall in from the edges. And the trick is to get in there and get them before the next rain, because the next time that creek floods, the water will be rushing through, and those arrowheads will start tumbling across the rocks, and they disintegrate. So have to be ready. And it's just we have such a great time doing that, don't we, honey?
Yes, we do.
It's like one of the best hobbies ever.
You're out in just God's country, and it's peaceful, and you get to hear the waterfalls, and you just see creatures sometimes, not in humanoid creatures. Don't mean that, but just, different animals. And it's just a really good time.
Yeah.
Good for the soul. So.
Jerry asked Barton, did you know Brenton Sawin?
No, I didn't know Brenton, but I heard a lot about him. Unfortunately, I thought I knew just about everybody, but I've only been into the YouTube scene for a year and a half now, so I didn't know very many YouTubers at all.
So did she finish the question?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay. All right.
And unknown, I know. So everybody tells me, "Oh, you missed one. You missed one." All right, I'll invite you to come down here and pick up all the ones we miss.
Yes, please.
So basically, you're looking for a tiny sliver, a tiny triangular sliver of rock laying in amongst trillions and trillions of other rocks. So I grew up arrowhead hunting on the ridges and fields of the cultivated fields, and a vast difference between creek walking and arrowhead hunting, surface hunting like that. And you can see the flint from a mile away, but in those creeks,
it's all rock.
It's all rock. So if you take one step or two steps and you're not looking to the left, maybe looking to the right, you might walk over two arrowheads, and that's just that quick. So
yeah,
keep searching for them, buddy, and point them out to me, and maybe the next time we'll get them on round two.
So there are a couple comments here that may be something we can talk about real quick while anybody wants to join in. So the first one, and they kind of go hand in hand. Shade Viking says, I wonder if arrowheads could be haunted. And Sharon says, Barton, were the Shawnee where you find your arrowheads, and do you think they spiritually have affected the land? So it kind of goes hand in hand. What are your thoughts on that? Because everything Native American is sacred, and
Right. Shawnee weren't the only Indians here, but they were here. We had all, like I say, every Indian that was in the Midwest in the last 10,000 years was here, and you find their arrowheads and their craftsmanship That's how you date an arrowhead, by the shape and the way it's made, And of course, the older they are, the cruder the flint napping is. But the newer they are, the more well defined pressure flaking and percussion flakes, But yes, so shade. Can arrowheads be haunted? No, brother, I don't think they can. Now, a lot of people think they can be cursed, and my dad thought that back in 1975 when he was having the Spotsville monster incidents. Right, he actually come in one day, and I'd already found over 100 arrowheads, and my two brothers had found almost as many. And he said, "I want y'all to take every one of those arrowheads and throw them away, throw them out in the woods." And we're like, "What?" He goes, "The Indians, they must have cursed those arrowheads, and that's why these creatures are coming around and bothering us." So I think if you throw away those arrowheads, we might be all right. And boy, you're talking about some sad kids that went out to the woods. Well, two of my brothers, they just started flinging them as far as they could throw them in the woods. And I dug a hole in the ground. I went over to the tree line, dug a hole in the ground, and put over 100 arrowheads in there. And as far as I know, they're still there to this day. But he thought they were cursed. Now, listen, here's my logic on this. Maybe they were cursed in areas where they had their battles, right? And their fights with other tribes. But there's no way you're going to put a curse or anything like that on an arrowhead that you're using to hunt food. So where we go, these creeks are natural waterways, and every animal in the area will have to come to that creek to get water sooner or later. And the Indians knew that. So don't think they curse the arrowheads that they use to hunt. Maybe the ones that they use to fight the enemies with. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, William. William says the Choctaw, the Aniyanwabi, the Aniyanwea, Cherokee, Shawnee, Miami, Anshawabi, and those were here. Yes, just about every type of Indian was here that lived in this area. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we have points going back thousands and thousands of years. And if we ever get lucky enough to find a paleo point like a Clovis, then yeah,
wow,
we'll be in business then. I've never found one, but they're extremely rare and valuable. And my brother found one when we were younger, and that's the only one I've seen from this area.
You have a couple more questions. Cheryl Webb asks, Bart, this is Cheryl Webb. John is here with me. He wants to know,
Johnny and Cheryl.
He wants to know if you remember his encounter at LBL.
No, Johnny, why don't you call in and tell us about that? Now, John Webb and I go back, heck, I guess 30 years or more, don't we, brother? And I haven't seen him in a long time. So, John, use that link that Krista provided and call in and tell everybody about it.
Drop it again.
If you feel like it.
If you feel like it.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to refresh my memory as well. Johnny and I used to have a great time on the job site, right? We'd mess with everybody and joke around with everybody. And, you don't really have fun at work anymore like that.
Yeah, gotcha. Next question is, what does a Clovis point look like, Barton?
So it's basically, if you ever seen the movie Star Trek, their little emblem that they have on their chest here, it basically looks like that, only more even at the bottom, right? So yeah, it has a convex base. It's basically a triangle with the bottom worked inward.
Mm-hmm. All right.
So, yeah, and they also have what we call a flute, mm-hmm. which is not many arrowheads are fluted, but the Clovis points are all fluted, 1/3 to 1/2 the length of the point. Now, anything over that, it stops becoming a Clovis and becomes something else. So, yeah.
Oh. All right. Charles V says, Barton, do you find points that are not stones or styles indigenous to the area from folks from other areas migrating?
Yes, I found all kinds of points that from other bands of Indians that just coming through and hunting, right? So every point just about is laying in those creeks, waiting to be found. And when I first married Letitia, we first got back together, and I took her creek walking, and she found her first arrowhead, and she said, "Oh my goodness, I never knew. I've been over these creeks. I've driven over them thousands of times, and I never knew what such treasure was down in these creeks just to walk up and find." So, yeah, I highly encourage anyone who loves the outdoors to go out and do that. Just make sure that you have permission. If it's private land, if it's public land, I wouldn't mess with it.
And I'd just like everybody to know that it sounds like we may be saying that we find these points for monetary means. We do not.
No.
We find these points and we put them in cases and we hang them on the wall and they're displayed for everybody to see.
Yes.
So it's not like we're making money off of our finds. We are trying to preserve.
Yep. And absolutely, Brandy and I can attest. We've been in your house and we've seen them. They're displayed in your living room.
Yeah,
Yep.
so we call it rescuing the artifacts,
Mhm.
Krista. Some people think, well, you should leave those artifacts alone, leave them where they lay. No, I highly disagree because, such dedication and care was put into the construction of these flint points, and they're so beautiful to look at. And, to me, it's much, much better to save them for prosperity and let everyone enjoy, look at them and wonder at how beautiful they are and how they were made. So I don't feel like there's anything wrong with it. I've been doing it since I was 4, and there's about, 40,000 other people just in my county alone that do it. So we do it out of respect and admiration for the craftsmanship that the Native Americans put into their tools. We don't do it for any other reason than that. Plus, we love going out and getting out in nature, and the creeks are a great place if you don't mind snakes. Every now and then you'll run into a snake, a copperhead, or something like that, but you just have to be careful.
Yep.
The water moccasins are there too, but whenever I see a snake, if it's coming at me in the water, I was creek walking one time with my brother, and we saw a snake.
Oh, wow.
Tisha was bringing up the rear. She was a few feet behind us, and my brother says, "Oh no, here comes a snake!" Blah, blah, blah. I said, "Be still, just be still." So he said, "What?" So I let the snake get within range of my stick, right? And as soon as he floated almost halfway, his body was halfway across my stick, I just flicked him up in the air like that.
Throw him on
And
the bank.
flipped him about 60 feet up on the bank, and that's how you take care of those snakes. You don't have to kill them.
Right.
Nope.
You kill anything anymore except for flies and mosquitoes, and if that's wrong, then I'll be wrong. I can't stand those, but I don't kill anything.
Yeah, I agree with you on the snakes. Yeah, they're not out to get us. That's their home. We're trespassing.
We're in their territory.
Yep.
We're in their zone. So hello, Joe Breezy.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah, so we used to have to hunt. We were so poor when we were young. We wouldn't eat unless we killed it ourselves, and we'd be out in those woods every day. And I really didn't like killing animals, but I liked to eat, and I had children that I had to feed, so I had to kill the animals to eat and feed my kids. But now that I'm older and everything's changed, I'm not quite so poor.
And you're married to me.
And I'm married to Letitia, who's a very finicky eater.
And don't want to kill anything.
She don't even like when I kill fly. But yeah, now that I'm older, everything's changed. I don't kill anything anymore if I can keep from it.
Yep. Sharon Lane says, Barton, do you avoid caves or do you go in? I think they are potential portals, is what Sharon says.
Well, Sharon, so used to, I would explore every cave that I saw, and I would go on expeditions down to South Central Kentucky to explore the woods and the caves down there. And I would get into some pretty tight spots. And but now that I'm older, I find that the older I get, the more claustrophobic I've become.
Mm-hmm.
So now the thought of getting on my belly and crawling into a dark cave, it just not something that I want to do anymore. Because what if we have a tremor or something and the walls shift and the opening closes and you're stuck in that cave forever? No, I don't want to go out that way.
No.
So I'll leave whatever's in those caves alone, because I know that there's some stuff there. A lot of these creatures probably come from Mammoth Cave, which is right there in Edmonson County, and the largest natural cavern system in the world that they found over 400 miles, and they estimate that there's over 600 miles yet undiscovered. So no telling what's down there, and I have got a few reports of things seen in that area that were covered in mud, and that tells me that they came out of a cave. So how do I know? Because I'm going into so many caves, after all the years that have passed, the rain washes mud and rocks into the opening of those caves, right? And you have to crawl on your belly to get in or out of something. You stand up and you're covered in mud. So, yeah, that's how I know they come from that cave system.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Missouri's known as the cave state. So I know you guys have a lot of caves. Tennessee has a lot of caves. But we have a lot of caves here too, and a lot of weirdness comes from the caves. There's two that I can think of probably within an hour from me that are known to be haunted. One of them was Jesse James' hideout, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
That, and yeah, so there's a lot of weirdness in caves too,
Right.
Well, the thing is, you just don't know what's in there, Krista, right?
Right.
Could be no telling what's in there. It could be a bear. And, a lot of people think, well, Kentucky doesn't have any bears. Yes, we do.
Absolutely, we do.
Letitia has seen a bear with her own eyes, and a lot of people have filmed them here in Western Kentucky. It could be a cougar up in there. A lot of people say, oh, no, there's no cougars in Kentucky. There's no eastern pumas in Kentucky. Wrong. They are here. Panthers as well. The eastern cougar has made a huge comeback in this area in the last 50 years. You wouldn't believe it. And black panthers, they don't exist in North America. Well, got news for you, pal. I've seen them 3 times, so that tells me they are here. They do exist here in Kentucky.
Mm-hmm. All right, you got another question here.
Okay.
Matt C. asked, have dogmen been recorded and observed in the UK? If so, how worried should we be?
Yes, they have. You should be worried because these things can appear anywhere, right? There is no boundaries that they recognize, right? There's 2 types, I believe. One type the government's creating secretly, and the other type have been here forever. Part of the evil spirits of the earth mentioned in the Bible, and there is no boundaries for these things. So yeah, you should be worried, but like I always say, don't be scared, be prepared.
Yep.
The way to hello, brother Josh. The way to defeat these things is rebuke them in Jesus Christ's name, and they can't stand that. And it says a lot about their origin. That really should tell you all you need to know.
Yeah.
Go and rebuke a cow, and just say the name Jesus to a cow, and it won't do anything. Or a bear, or a camel, right. And in humanoid, they flee. So that should tell you what you need to know about these things.
Right.
Or at least most of them.
Yeah. I just want to remind everybody to please put questions in all caps, because I know I've missed some, and it's a lot easier to see with chat moving so fast. So we'll definitely appreciate that. That way I won't miss your questions.
Tripping up on you. How you doing, buddy? Fisher Spam. Hey, how you doing? I would say your real name, but I don't think you want me to. You did a great job on the interview we did.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. You too, James Fedke. You guys are really something else, and I really appreciate you contributing to this channel so much. And people like y'all are why I think this channel is growing and becoming something special on YouTube. The good Lord is sending me people that really they're saying things and have experienced such things that almost no one has ever done before. So yeah, definitely thank you guys and everybody that contributes in that way. And I still have a bunch of emails to read. I still have a bunch of people to call and to make sure they're on the level. But yeah, I'm going to be really busy in the next few weeks. So the emails have doubled, if not tripled, in the last month. A lot of people are seeing these things, and a lot of people are coming forward now. So you can expect some really exciting stuff to be coming up soon.
Can I just say congratulations and happy Valentine's Day to Josh and Nellie. He said that today is the day he met Miss Nellie. So
congratulations, brother.
What a good day to meet.
We love you and Nels. Y'all such great people.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's to Nellie, not to you, brother Josh.
Happy Valentine's Day to us. So I'll say it to you, Josh.
Shade asks, whatever happened to that priest guy who helped defend your family with fire, power, and the Lord? He still lives, not 3.5 miles away from me, Shade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's still down there, still doing good.
He's in chat tonight, isn't he?
No.
You haven't seen him in chat tonight?
No, I don't think he has a YouTube. He's not. He's an older guy, honey. He's talking about.
Okay. I thought he was talking about Mr. William.
No.
Okay.
No,
Sorry,
he's
my
talking
fault.
about
20th
Roy.
anniversary. Oh, okay.
I call him Roy.
Roy.
That's not his real name, but
Gotcha.
that's the name I call him in the book.
Next question. Used Television says, "Hey Barton, have you ever found anything similar to melted aluminum with symbols on it?"
Oh.
No. No, have you? If you have, take a picture of it and send it. Let's check it out.
Yeah.
So
We'd love to
as
see
everyone
that.
knows that the Native didn't have an aluminum trade going
If
on.
anybody wants to join in, I'm dropping the link again. More than welcome to come join us if you got an encounter. We'd love to hear it, wouldn't we?
We'd love to hear it.
absolutely
Yes,
love
we
to hear
would.
it.
And just an FYI, you do not have to show your face either. So,
Right.
War Chief Tracker C, hello, brother Charlie. Good to see you, man. Catherine, hello, hon. Good to see you. You guys you're always there for us, and you don't know how much we appreciate you.
Right.
We're becoming a big family here, and that's something to be celebrated, right? So I'm getting new brothers and sisters all the time that I didn't have before.
There's
We
Brother
have
William.
somebody.
Yes, brother William.
Hi, I was just talking about you.
Hi, guys.
hello.
How are you
Oh,
tonight?
see you. Oh, see you. How you doing?
Good.
Doing good, brother. How about yourself? Tripping up on you. I did get your email. I haven't got a chance to read it yet, brother. Thank you so much for sending it, though. I'll be getting to it really soon. So how you doing, William?
Why am I hearing the voices twice?
Turn your phone
Well,
down.
I'm doing okay. For an old man.
Krista said try to turn your phone down a little bit.
Turn the volume
what?
off on your phone.
Turn the volume down a
Yeah.
little bit. Maybe we need to turn ours down a little bit too.
Well,
I don't hear an echo from you. If it's on his side,
okay.
he's probably got his phone going with
I
it.
can't hear nothing now, but
Uh-oh. Turn it back up.
Well, you might ought to turn it back up for a minute then, brother.
my voice is way behind me talking.
Manu.
Do you want to
Hello.
try to go out and come back in? Do you think you should try to go out and come back in, Krista or Brandy? What is your suggestion here?
I'm thinking it's probably, something to do with his phone and stuff too. And
I'm
you guys-
thinking it's his mic. His mic is too loud. Not the volume itself. It's his mic volume itself.
This is my mic.
Yeah. You turn your mic down to about 65 to 70, and that should take care of it.
Yeah. And real quick, we have somebody else backstage as well. So as soon as we get finished here with William, we'll bring you up, Encounter.
Okay.
Yeah, excellent. So what do you want to share with us tonight, brother William? Somebody in the
Well,
chat room says you need to turn down that heavy metal music. It's messing with your microphone.
I don't think my mic turns down.
Okay.
It's kind of broke.
Oh, I see. Well, you have to listen to AC/DC loud then.
Oh goodness.
How's the wife?
I'll tell a couple things and then I'll get off so somebody will get on here.
All right. You go right ahead.
Okay. I've come to remember a few things some people reminded me of. Evidently, I'm older than I thought.
Aren't we all? So you forgot a few things when we did the interview, huh?
In
Everybody that don't know, this is
1976,
brother William. I'm sorry to interrupt you, brother. But I did an interview with William a few months back, and it was really something special. Go ahead, brother.
in 1976, I was a junior in high school, Hancock County High, and our football team was having a 0-loss season. We had two brothers who would end up in the NFL.
Oh, wow.
And we lived about 2 miles from the high school. I walked to school. And one night we went to watch the football game. And where I lived at on a farm, both sides of the road were wooded, very few houses.
Mm-hmm.
And my younger brother went with me, the Reverend Doctor, my brother, but we went to the football game. We watched the game, and of course we won it again. And then we walked back in the dark. And as we're walking, we come to a barn that's just inside the woods, just barely off the road. And my brother reminded me of this. And the old barns, were made, the doors were 8-9 feet tall.
Yeah.
Maybe 10 foot tall, so the old tractors could get in them.
Mm-hmm.
And a creature, a Bigfoot, stepped out of the barn, and he was only like a foot or so shorter than the door.
Wow.
And my brother and me seen him, and I decided that I would do what the old guy said. When two fellers went to the woods, they said, if we see a bear, what are we going to do? And he said, we run. He said, you can't outrun a bear. And he said, I don't have to outrun the bear. I just got to outrun you.
That's right.
So I figured I'll just outrun my brother. And we were only like a half mile from home. I could run that far back then. I was 16 years old. So I took off running and left my brother eating my dust. And we're about near the house, and my little brother, who's in junior high, he flies by me with his eyes all bugged out. And we go, and I'm trying to catch up to him. Boy, he's scared to death. So we get to the house, and I tell my father what happened. My father said, oh, it was just a deer rattling in the barn. I said, no, we seen it. It was no deer.
Wow.
Now, I know your dad knew about these creatures, Brother William.
Yeah. He knew about them, but he didn't.
Okay.
Maybe he didn't mean to get you guys to get scared.
Yeah. I'm not sure he really believed us because it was so dark.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff out there in our woods, isn't there?
Yeah, that's Ohio County again, right, William?
No, it's in Hancock County.
Hancock County. All right. That's not too far. It's just about 45 minutes from us.
Yeah.
Yeah, this went and saw my little sister a few weeks back. She lives in Hancock County.
So that thing must have been 8 foot tall at least.
Wow. Yeah,
Wow.
that's about the usual height of these things, and that's on the small side. Thank you, Pork Chop, for your donation.
Thank you.
Bart, I just learned Betsy Bell, daughter of John Bell of Tennessee, is buried near where I live. I want to investigate the old cemetery, but my gut says don't. Thoughts? I think just like your guts. So I wouldn't go near that place. As a matter of fact, I don't even like someone to say the name of that ghost that haunts the Bell Witch Cave. I don't even like for them to say the name. No,
Okay.
I did not say her
No,
name.
you didn't say that.
Yeah, so unless it's on your bucket list and you just have to do it, stay away is my advice to you, brother.
You ready to hear the second story?
Yes, let's hear it, William.
1982, I was in the Kentucky Army National Guard. And we were at a secret National Guard base. We called it Wet Site, where the armor units trained. And it was November. we were trying to keep warm by standing near salamanders.
Mm-hmm.
And the company from Paducah was there waiting for their turn at target practice with the tanks. And they were talking about something. I went over to hear it. It seemed that during the summer in 1982, the National Guard platoon was called to the land between the lakes. They said they were asked to protect the perimeter only, and they were to keep their face to the outside and not look at what was going on. He said it was a campsite. There was only one camper there. Now, I'm only remembering this because a friend of mine who joined with me, he reminded me of this after I told him I'd been on your show. And so he talked to me about this and brought it up to me again. It's surprising how much I forget.
Right.
So I'm listening to these National Guardsmen. They say they guarded this perimeter of this site, said there was state police, county police there at the location. And they said that there was bodies covered over, they said, outside an RV. They didn't know what was going on. They said, we don't know why we were called to a murder scene. And then they found a body in a tree, they said. But they were told to put and not move. They had 45 in their grease guns, is what we call machine guns in the armor.
Yeah.
And they were told to stay there until military intelligence arrived from Maryland. And a semi arrived, an Army semi, and it backed up the trailer to the RV. And they loaded the RV onto the semi. These men were wearing Army uniforms without any decals. And he said this was really strange. And they were giving us orders. They had their ranks, but they didn't have no decals. And he said they put the bodies on the truck and they brought this, must have been a much larger person, he said, brought out in a big black bag on a cart pulled by several people, and they put that on the truck. And then said the black suits, that's what we called in the Army military intelligence, told them they were not to tell anybody what they had seen. And they said that it was really strange. He was not sure at all what had taken place. But he said it was in the summer of 82, and they were all talking about it. And I said, well, didn't they order you not to say anything? He said, we're National Guard. We don't really pay any attention.
Wow. Now, so that's more of the beast of LBL, and that's a story that just will not, it don't seem to stay still. How well do you know this guy and trust him, William?
I didn't know them at all, other than they were from the Paducah area, Paducah unit.
Wow.
So do you think he's telling you the truth?
I have insufficient data to prove or disprove, but I never call anybody a liar.
Right. So what he's saying is that he was an actual witness to the family of four laying there dead or whatever, and a little girl's body up in a tree. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Well, that's yeah. I'd like to talk to him if you can get him to talk to me. I'd like to speak to him because
That was 1982. Was it?
Right, 1982 is when the alleged massacre or murders or killings, whatever you want to call them, is when that happened.
I didn't even know the man's name at the time, or well, there were several of them talking about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Well, that's good. Thanks for sharing that, Brother William. We really appreciate it. It's like I say, that story just, for whatever reason, it just still.
That was, I guess that's hearsay, but
Yeah.
all I know is what they said. They didn't evidently witness very much. They were prevented from witnessing very much.
Right, and prevented other people from witnessing it as well. If you can get a hold of him again, or if you ever run into him again, Brother William, tell him that Barton only wants to speak to him, if you will. So he's basically stating that no local.
After 42 years, that'd be awfully hard to run into him again.
Right. Well, you never know what the good Lord has in store for us, brother. But he's saying there was no local authorities involved in that at all, according to his story.
Yep.
Yeah. I didn't even remember to tell my friend brought it up. He started coming to our church. Me and him had been friends for 50 years.
No.
Right. Happy birthday, Brother Breezy.
Happy birthday.
So,
well, I'll get out of here and somebody else can get on, okay?
All right. Thank you, William. We appreciate you, brother.
William.
You and the missus have a great night and happy
Till we
Valentine's
meet
Day.
again.
All
righty.
Good to see
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye-bye. I think
Such a great person.
I think we lost our other person, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. If you want to come on back in, please pop back in.
Yep.
I don't know who you were, but
So the beast of LBL, we keep hearing that, and there's
Raises its weary head again.
Yeah, a couple different versions of that going around, and it's just I wonder which one is true. I first wrote about that in 2007, so hard to know.
right.
Yeah. I'm like you, there's just there's been a lot of people that I've watched Cryptid Studies Institute, I've watched your shows and just all these different people having all these weird encounters out there at the LBL. Not everybody's lying. They can't be,
Right.
so there's just so much weirdness that happens out there. And to sit and listen to Martin Groves tell his encounter around the campfire that night, there's no way that man was lying. No way, and to hear people's voices and, there's just too much bad stuff goes on out there.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like I say, the LBL is just it just keeps snowballing, and I wonder what somebody will say next, right?
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, it's never ending.
And myself, I believe that something happened. I believe that the story is true. Which version? Don't know anymore. Which version to believe? Thought I did, but I was wrong. And I'm not afraid to say in front of everybody that I was wrong, because I've been wrong a lot, many, many times, and hopefully I'll live long enough to be wrong many, many more. I'm just a human being, and I'm not perfect, and I don't consider myself an expert at much of anything. So, yeah, who knows what the true story is? Maybe one day we'll find out, right?
Right. I hope we do, I really do. There's some more questions here, Bart.
Okay.
Tripping up on you says, Barton, what's the biggest arrowhead you have found?
Biggest arrowhead I found was, so the big ones are typically not used for arrows, right? They're used for spears and knives and stuff like that. The biggest one I found was as big as my hand. Let's see if I can get it right there. It was, I don't know, about 7 inches long, and it was about the same size as my hand. So it wasn't an arrowhead. It was a flint tool, likely a knife blade. But the bigger ones, yeah, they didn't put on the end of arrows.
Yeah. All right, you got some more here.
Thank you guys for asking these questions. I'd love to talk to you guys. It's something that I don't usually get to do. And this is really fun for me to be able to interact with the people that are out there watching me, my extended YouTube family and friends. So
Absolutely.
thanks for any questions you might have for me.
Backfin Hunter asks, good evening, Barton. Have you ever researched the area just north of Cumberland Gap?
Don't think so. Which area are you talking about? I've been all over this state, but I don't think I've been to the Cumberland Gap. So the answer is probably no. You know, I was always restricted in as to what I could do and where I could go by my job. You know, I could never take off work. If I missed work, then a bill would have to not be paid, and you know that was something that I couldn't do. So,
Hey, Josh.
hey, brother Josh,
Hey, Josh.
What's going on,
joining
guys?
us, man.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you guys. What do y'all? I was
Nelly wants an autograph
early.
earlier. Nels, I'll give you one, no problem. I'll mail it right to you. We'll both autograph for you. Huh?
Yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day to you. How you doing, brother Wolf?
Good, man. Good. I found some shirts that I was going to mail you that they've been sitting in a box for like months, dude. Like maybe 5
Really?
4 months. Yeah.
Oh, great.
I don't know. Let me see if I can show you what they look like. They're really cool. You've never seen anything like this. Trust me. And I found them, and I was like, dude, those are, because Anthony was trying to figure out whose they were, him and Tony, and I said, those are Bartons. And
Christine Wilder. Hello, hon. Good to see you.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I made the mistake though. I ordered one for you and one for Letitia, but I got them both large, and no, that's not correct. So I screwed that up. But I got so much stuff going on. I ordered myself a shirt the other day that was a 3X, and I'm like, I'm not a 3X.
Thank you, Truthy Ruthie. We appreciate
Yes,
you.
thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Josh, happy anniversary. To
Yeah,
you.
No, my
Yes,
anniversary is May
you
20th.
miss Nelly, brother.
Valentine's Day was the day I met Nelly.
Well,
Wow.
that's close enough, right?
That's an anniversary.
We didn't
Yep.
waste any time. We got married in May.
Wow.
Wow.
It's a
I
funny
like
story,
Barton
man,
myself.
because she came to visit, and she was. This is a true story. It's not a long one, but it's a true story. And hold on one second. Let me make this text real quick. And so what ended up happening? I took her to the airport, and I knew I loved her already. I knew that I loved her, and I knew she loved me. But she said, I have to go home, And I said, I understand. You got to go back. You've been with me for like a month, And it was maybe 3 going on 4 weeks. And so I dropped off at the airport, and I'm not going to lie, I was choked up. And I thought, well, she'll be back, And if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. So I go to the gym, and I'm in there working out. And there was this guy, good friend of mine, big dude, man, African-American dude named Nathan. We were in there working out. And I was telling him about, Nelly. I said, man, I met this wonderful girl, and I dropped her off at the airport. He goes, oh, that's the one you've been talking, you were talking to. He goes, I ain't seen you in the gym in a while. I said, yeah, I haven't been coming at the same time because, I've been with her. So
Yeah.
he's like, yeah, we ain't seen you because I was a gym rat, And so he told me, he's like, you love her, huh? And I said, yeah. And it was cool because he called one of the other guys over. This guy, Jeremy, was another guy we used to work out with. And he says, this dude left this girl at the airport. He's over here working out with us. And he goes, take your ass over there to the airport and go get her. I said, dude, this
What are
isn't
you doing?
doesn't work like that. I mean, she's got things to do. He goes, you don't know unless you try. So they both said, they were telling me, they were like, look, if it was us, we would go. Thank you. We would go and we would get that girl. So I called her and I said, are you still there? And she's like, yeah, I'm waiting. And she was really nervous. She didn't like to fly. She's like you, Barton. She didn't like to fly. And so I told her, I said, well, wait there. I'm going to come and sit with you. She's like, oh, okay. So I drove over there and I was like pulling up and I said, can you just come out and come back with me? And she's like sitting there and she's like kind of thinking about it. And she's like, okay, fine. And then she just like leaves the terminal and comes and, and because she was about to get on. She was already about to board. And
What a sweet story.
That's
It
a
is.
good love story, brother.
So she got in the truck with me and I go, she goes, what are we going to do? I said, I don't know. I don't know what I guess we're going to live together. I don't know what we're going to do. Let's get married. I don't know. We did. And then that was it. And so we've been married ever since. And then in October, we drove out to to where she was from and got the rest of her stuff and came back. And so, yeah, and we met on Valentine's. I never forget. And it was just for her to give me her encounter. That's all it was. And then we talked for 8 hours. 8 hours.
Right.
Never talked.
The Lord works in mysterious ways, don't he, brother?
He does, absolutely. And then we've been together ever since. So look, let me show you what I got. So I got these shirts, and I had 2 of these right here, and then I had 2 of these. But unfortunately, I did not get. I got both of them as large, and I know that's not correct. But this is that Bat Squatch one.
Oh, I like it.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to do this, Letitia. I want to order yours and your size so you can have one too, so y'all can wear them on the show together. And then I got that one. Check that out. Isn't that cool?
Oh, that's badass.
Oh, I like that one.
Nice.
That's nice.
With the Dogman on there. What do you think of that?
Wow, that's
That's
cool.
nice.
Great.
I like it.
My people,
Well,
they
get
can do
that
anything.
Bat Squatch story again, brother. I'm gonna come on your show and tell it.
Thank you, Liberty. We
Yeah, thank
appreciate
you,
you so
Liberty.
much.
I got this one for you too, Bart. It's a werewolf with a karate gi. He's doing karate.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't have to be a werewolf. And then I got a black one. See, this one was supposed to be yours, and that one was supposed to be. Oh, this is it. I got it. I got your size right here, Letitia. This one's
All
yours.
right.
There it is.
Nice.
Nice. Thank you
Awesome.
so much.
Very cool.
I appreciate that.
And then you had said something about wanting one of these, Barton. So I got you this.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I love that shirt. I can't wait to get
yeah.
the shoes off that
Awesome.
one, man.
So I found these in a box. I'm going to mail them to you.
Thanks, brother.
You know he's going to cut the sleeves
Yeah, I
off,
can't
right?
wait to get to work on those shirts.
As soon as I threw them on the chair, I said he's going to take the sleeves. As sure as I'm sitting, he's going to take the sleeves straight off of them.
Yep.
Well, you know, thanks, Larry. Appreciate you, brother. You know, I won't cut them off to the summer, brother.
Yeah, I figured you're going to cut them off real quick there.
Yeah.
When hot weather comes, the sleeves have to go. But as you see, I'm wearing sleeves. I do wear sleeves.
Sometimes.
You know,
That's only because I said if we're going out to eat at a nice restaurant, I would like for you to wear some sleeves.
Yeah, and you did, and we went to eat at Eddie.
calling me tonight.
I am.
You remember Ken and when we y'all were down, Ken and Ann, we celebrated Ken's birthday. Ken,
Yeah.
your birthday. So they came down, and we ate at the restaurant, and Ken was like, "This is the only time I've ever seen Barton wear sleeves." I was like,
Thank you.
Well, that was a shirt that you bought me, if I'm not mistaken.
it was a polo shirt, but it was you look good on you. I said, "You look good dressed up." You know?
Well, thanks,
Not
brother.
just saying, but you know,
I think you might even have a picture too. You might have should have took a picture of that.
I think we got some.
I seldom look good in anything, but
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. So Joe says he had to step out for a bit. What did he miss, brother Joe? We done solved all the mysteries. We changed the world while you were gone, and
right.
man. You're gonna have to
I was
rewatch.
talking to Jeremiah Fountain. He's going to be on with us tomorrow night, ladies?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, because I thought we were interviewing.
We were going to have Shane Pittman, and we have to reschedule him. Something came up with his daughter. He sent an email today.
Well, Jeremiah's a fun interview too. So
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
oh, yeah,
He's a
he's
great
been on
guy.
my show. You got to get him on your show, Barton. He's a good guy. I'm
Yeah,
gonna record
definitely.
him too for the
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, I like Jeremiah. He is
While
a
I
very
while
good-
I have everybody here on screen, Brandy and I had requests. I think it was in our Friday night show, Brandy. Several people talked. They would like to see a panel with Josh, Bart, Blondes, BMR, and Tex on a show one night.
Oh.
So maybe in the future we can all make that happen.
Yeah, I think didn't we talk about that before?
Yeah, and somebody in our chat, I believe it was Friday night, asked that, didn't they, Brandy?
I
It's a
think
Friday
so.
night show.
I think so.
Yeah.
yeah, I
So-
remember somebody asking. I think they also wanted Bettina on there.
Yes, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was another time. Yep.
Bettina was supposed to go live today, but she's not doing good health wise because of these people. I'm not going to get into it, but they pray for her because they're just hammering her, messing with her, messing with me, and they need Jesus. That's all we can say.
Yeah, they're messing with me too, brother.
Yeah,
So
I'm
you're
just
not,
not going to validate them by saying their names on my show.
yeah. We're not going to say their names.
Everybody say, I'd like for everybody to say a prayer for each one of these individuals who feel like they need to do this, right? To bring discord, disharmony, and chaos into this field for no reason. We're all grown-ups. Let's act like we're grown-ups, right?
that's right.
Yeah. And it's not going to do any. I mean, pray, yeah. But yesterday I had a talk with one of them, And then not even 30 minutes after he said, yeah, peace, peace. And then he went on his show and said stuff. So it's not going to do any good. All we can do is just cut them out completely.
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks, Brother Shade.
Thank you, Shade.
Cut them out of your life. That's what I'm doing. You know, I got a few doing that to me, and it's not worth my time and effort to ceaselessly defend myself to a bunch of idiots. And I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to waste any more of my life doing that. Here's the thing with me. I don't care what people think about me, and I don't care what they say about me. I never have. If I did, I wouldn't be up here telling the truth and making myself look foolish because I've seen so much and experienced so much. But it's not about popularity for me. I don't care what people think. I'm just here to tell the truth. That's it. Say what you want.
They want to drive us from the field, and it's not going to happen. So
That's right.
No, it's not.
Trying. It's not going to happen because they want us out of the way. Because you're doing something right. The closer you get to the truth, the more the devil's going to attack you.
Hey,
Right.
Daryl, how you feeling tonight, bud?
Yeah, hi, Brother Daryl.
Daryl getting better?
In the chat. We love you guys.
There's Anna. What'd you say? Krista, what'd you say?
I said he's in the chat. So
Oh, he's in the chat. Okay, yeah.
So I am going to be coming in the spring.
All right. Well,
Awesome.
okay. So
You guys meet and greet. I talked to Red Dirt Mafia today, and he's going to be coming out there. He wants to meet you. And I said, he's a good guy. I like him. I've been chatting with him. And so we're gonna head out. I'm gonna head out there. So you guys, we talked about it, me and Nelly today, and the boys, and we thought about we're gonna make a trip out there.
All
that's gonna be
right.
great.
Awesome.
It's gonna be great, bro. Instead of Brother Wolf, it's gonna be Wolf Brother. We had a good time, man. We always have a great time down in LBL, and you won't forget it.
So you guys are. What are we talking about tonight? We're talking about ghosts. What are we?
whatever anybody wants to talk about.
Any stories, any encounter you want to talk about, whatever you want to talk about.
I got one
I
for
can
you
also
that
do this, brother. I can also say, hey, Justin Boyd, thank you for your donation. And I don't think anybody's going to jump on me, right? If I did that while a guest was on, I get so many comments. Hey, keep quiet while your guests are talking. I'm like, yes, sir. Logic, but you know.
If you guys want to hear a story, I got an encounter that I was going to save for Sunday, but I mean it's a pretty good one, and we were talking about spiders. You know, we've been talking about that on the show off and on. It's a subject that because I don't like spiders. It's not, so I can't stand them. I think they're rotten, and so Jerry and Ella Williams, they were on the show, and we talked about the significance of them and what they are. And how that they're according to the Choctaw creation myth, that to them it's the truth. I mean, but to people, it's a myth. But
Thank you, Sugi.
There's something to it he said about it. And so I had somebody here in Austin, right here in Austin. It's somebody that listens to my show. So she was trying to get in touch with me through somebody that I know, and so what she said was, she goes, her husband didn't want to believe it. He was in shock. Said he had an encounter with something on a tree, on the side of a tree. He was cutting down a tree, a cedar, because the cedar's really bad out here to the north of where we're at, the north and to the west. And so we literally live on the edge of a town called Cedar Park right here. And so when I was a kid, the cedar was nothing but a nuisance. And it was just the people that lived out here, they lived in camps to chop cedar. They were called cedar choppers. Now this land's going for like $1 million an acre because it's so crowded, but it was worth nothing. You couldn't grow on it. You couldn't have livestock on it. And one of the things they always said was that these spiders they didn't like cedar. So if you built a closet and you lined it with cedar, if you built a cedar chest, the old timers, they would say, look, it'll keep the brown recluses and widows out.
You're right.
They don't like the cedar. Well, we have spiders here that don't give a damn. They'll grow right up on the cedar, And so this guy was cutting down a tree, and this weird, like pussy goo stuff came out of the tree. And he looked up in there, and there was like what must have been 1,000 spiders up inside of this tree.
Oh, wow.
He said, dude, he looks up, and there was this big, giant spider. He said probably the size of a small dog. They have a little Yorkie poo. And he said it was bigger than that. They could have eaten it. And what all them spiders in there that were about the size of his fist, he said it must have been the babies. And he's like, I've never seen a species like that. It had really spindly legs, and it had a big round abdomen, kind of shaped like a widow, but it was greenish white, like a whitish green. And he's like, I didn't pull my phone out to take a picture or anything. He goes, we just backed up. He goes, and we burned it. And so he goes, nobody was like, hey, let's, all they were doing was checking themselves to see if they had spiders all over them. And I was like, oh, that's cool.
Wow.
Yeah, that I don't like spiders either.
No, me either. That's my one fear.
Right, especially the recluses and the black widows are the ones that could actually hurt you really bad by biting you. But yeah,
I was bitten by a brown recluse right here on my forehead.
No.
If you met me, if you see a little trumpet thing here on my forehead, that is actually from a brown recluse.
Oh, wow.
I didn't even know that, Krista. Thank you, Justin Boyd. Thank you, brothers. Pleasure talking to you last week.
And thank you, Lolly.
Thank you, Lolly, for joining. So what do they do, Chris? To treat the spider bite?
So what happened is honestly, I thought I had a zit. So, and it just kept getting bigger. And I went to the doctor and she said it was like, a zit of some sort, ingrown hair or something, So went on about my business and I started, it was like probably 3 weeks later. It was quite a while. I woke up one morning and I had a really bad headache. I couldn't open up my eyes. And so my husband took me to the emergency room. And that's where because it was growing, it had like this black spot in it. And they hooked me up with all kinds of antibiotics and they almost admitted me because of the location with it being right there on my head, my forehead right there. And so anyway, unfortunately, they hooked me up to IV of antibiotics and I went home that night and I recovered. I had to keep it covered and it was a hot mess. But it was while I was doing a reenactment and during, reenacting, you sleep in those tents and the ground's right there. And something just got me in the night.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, doesn't it creep you out a little bit that I got you right in the face now and you think about it, it got me right in the face. So it had to be crawling across your face.
Right.
That'd give me nightmares still.
Yeah. I don't do spiders.
No. Mm-mm. Breezy, thank you. I want to say hi to Breezy. He gave us some shirts from the gas station that he works at. Garitano is going to be on our show Saturday night. Okay. And Chris Garitano, good friend of mine, and Barton's ladies. I don't think you've met him yet, but you really should book him as a guest. He's really good.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I'm going to have to ask him on my show too.
Oh yeah, we'll get him on there because he's building, he's doing something right now. He's got a big project going, 2 of them actually. But,
Brother Breezy, you be sure and tell Jen and Jaden we said hello, man.
Yeah, those shirts that Breezy gave us, they're from that gas station from the Chainsaw Massacre movie, and that's what Garitano's last book was about. It was called South Texas Blues, about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I actually slept in that house as a kid, and then me and my wife went and visited it. They moved it to Kingsland, which is a beautiful place. And there's a ghost there that's in the house. And one of the people working there was like, yeah, this place is haunted. I'm like, yeah, no damn, I can tell. It's pretty freaking, it's pretty bad. You can feel it when you go in there. You can just feel it. But as a kid, I played there. And, of course, Eric Palacios from Media Palace, he was on my show, and he talked about his aunt once owning that house. And it was located right there at La Frontera, where the La Frontera Shopping Center is now in Round Rock. And I worked there, overnight, and had some really weird stuff happen to me. And then I realized that that's where that house was. And when his aunt owned it, the whole family woke up outside one night, like in the morning, like they were just all outside laying on the ground, and they believed that they were abducted. So really weird stuff, but it's a weird thing. And Breezy works at that gas station right there where they filmed part of that, and so it's a famous spot there. But thank you for those shirts, Joey. Really appreciate that, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's really neat.
Breezy's such a good person,
he's good.
He hit it off immediately. I met him down at your conference, your last conference, and he was just such a genuinely nice fellow.
Krista, didn't mean to step on your toes there, but I wanted to get that in. Scientists say we probably swallow 2 or 3 spiders a week in our sleep.
What?
And
I don't believe that.
I've actually read somewhere that you are always within 8 feet of a spider.
That's true. That is true. Yeah.
Well, look here, Penny Van's comment. Fact, there is a spider at any given time,
Yeah.
no matter where you are about
The walls.
from you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Hey, do you guys want to hear a shark
Brother
story?
Josh.
I got a story for you about a shark.
Yeah,
You wanna
let's hear it.
one?
Okay, yeah.
I
I'm
got,
going to
I
have
got
you come on the
guys
show sometime, brother, and just tell stories for a couple hours.
for sure. Yeah, let me know
Okay.
when. My voice is going out because I woke up today and I could barely speak, and I had to take it easy with my voice all day. So Manuka honey, folks, let me tell you, Manuka honey works really well. As long as you don't get it from China. That's it. As long as you that's not going to do anything but poison your body because it's not legit. China is actually in a free fall right now. They are having like we're having inflation. They're having deflation, which is just as bad. And so they're having a surplus of goods, and it's just stocking up, rotting. You know, so everything is in flux right now. The whole world economy. So I thought about this, and this is something I may do. I may go to Rumble and do my show, but I'm going to actually do some geopolitics, history, and some science, and even do. Get this, folks, some science experiments. When I was a kid, I had a chemistry set, and I thought, why not? You know, I could actually show people about how science works. Recently, my wife made a comment about black magic because I've always talked about this on the show about it being a black science that we don't understand. And we're not going to do that because that's evil, but that's really what it is. And so she made a comment about it, and this one knucklehead's like, "You're a witch! You're a witch!" And it's like, no, dumbass, it's quantum science. You don't understand. And she was trying to she had talks about quantum paranormal, which is there's actually a book about it, but it's something that people can't comprehend until we can eventually figure out what we're dealing with, because a lot of magic deals with geometry, sacred geometry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So mathematics, and people back in the day, we talked about this, Kristen and Brandy, people thought washing your hands because, there's invisible creatures on your hands. Well, they thought that germs were a myth, you know. So anyway, I got a story about from the Sea of Cortez. I got a couple of them, but this one was really good. I just got this one. Well, I'm lying. I got it back in August, but the guy reaffirmed. He messaged me again. His name is Framber, and he's a really, really cool dude. And he's from the Pacific coast, you know, in Mexico, the little peninsula there, the Baja. And he says, when my grandfather was a boy, he's like, he had an encounter with a shark that he claimed was upward of 60 feet long. He said it was black. It was the top of the shark was black. The underbelly was white, like a great white. But he goes, it was black. And they called it the tiburon negro, like black shark. It was called the black shark, or they would call it the negro diablo or diablo negro, depending on how, you know. And so he said when we were children, we were told that this shark, there could only be one within a certain number of miles, because they would eat everything in sight. And that area is known for very, very vicious red Humboldt squid. Now, if anybody knows anything about Humboldt squid, I've actually had a long discussion with Doug Hychek from Monster Quest about this. He came on my show, and we talked about this. And the Humboldt squid will actually attack divers, and they're smart. They're very smart, and they know how to latch on and pull the mask off of a diver to drown you. And they'll even work together and hold you under the water till you drown. They are mean, mean, mean.
Not me, brother. I'm not getting under that.
Me neither. I'm good. Yeah, the simple solution to that, I'm not getting in the water. But they're called the Diablo Rojos, which is the red devil. So you have the black devil or black shark, and you have the red devils. Now, the tiburon negro would actually feed on these Humboldt squid, and they would follow them and eat them. And when you would see a bunch of them come up to the surface, they knew that this black shark was somewhere around. So he said when we were out fishing for them as kids, we were teenagers, and he goes, and we would be over the side of a boat, you know, picking them up, pulling them in with like their nets. And he said that I go down there to take a big, you know, a handful of them out of a net. They're the smaller ones, you know, when they're young.
Yeah.
He said this thing comes up. He just says, I see the water bubbling up. He goes, and his grandfather was looking down into the water. Now, of course, when and this guy's already like, you know, in his 50s, but he said that when his grandfather was a kid, right? So this was years and years ago, like a long time ago. And he said, dude, He was looking down into the water. He's like, and he tells his friend, he's like, hey, you see something? Or is it just me? Am I tripping? Or is that just, is this just the squid? And they both go and they look over the side, and his best friend says, no, the sea was like roiling up. It was crazy. And there was like almost like a whirlpool. And just then, right at the last second, he sees a flash of white, which he notices were like the teeth of this thing. And he said these jagged triangles come up out of the water and just break the surface and grab a huge net full of squid and pull it down into the water.
Oh, wow.
And he said that it must have ate like, a ton of them at one time, because they were all around the water trying to get away from whatever this was, and even trying to get into their boat. And these things are mean themselves, And so he said that, dude, he goes, when it went down into the water, he goes, our boat flipped over. The water, the wave, he goes, went up about 15, 20 feet, and then we ended up in the water. He goes, now imagine the terror after seeing this shark. He said when he saw it go underneath him, he said it was probably 3 times the size of the biggest boat that they had in their fleet, which would have been his dad's, his grandfather's dad, his great-grandfather. And he said that boat was like 22 feet.
Wow.
And it was unbelievable. He said that his great-grandfather, which would have been his grandfather's dad, had told his grandfather, hey, I saw this shark one time at a distance, and it circled our boat, and it was 3 to 4 times the size of our boat. My question, though, and we've heard of this, the black devil of the Sea of Cortez, could this be the fabled Megalodon that everybody talks about? I mean, these guys, I don't know. Now, nobody, like he claims that there have been sightings of it. The last one was in 1997 that he knows of. He knows a person that saw it in October of 1997, which they claim is the mating season. Now, I don't know if that's true or if that's just what they say, but they say that if you're going to catch one over there, then October is the time to go and try to catch one. So I don't know. I can't verify or whatever, but this is what this guy told me. And he said that my grandfather said he saw this with his own eyes. And so they just jumped on the bottom of the boat and they kind of floated. Luckily, there were 2 other boats out there with them. They went over there to them. They got on their boat and they tugged the other one back. And the whole time they're nervous, they're trying to get back, and they were half a mile out. So you can imagine that's a long boat ride trying to get back and not, pauses out there, He said this thing looked very much like a great white shark, but with black, like a black body.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Wow.
Josh,
I'll tell you what, I lived down in Florida for 7 months, and I was in that ocean for like 2 weeks straight, and then I realized that how a large minnow feels.
We have some guests coming on, looks like.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Josh, do you want to hang on and be on here? We've got 2 other people, and do you want me to bring them both up?
Yep.
Okay. We have Anna, and we have Encounter.
All right.
Anna. Hello, Encounter.
Hello.
Hello.
How you guys doing tonight?
You're
Y'all
fine.
doing okay? Good.
Doing good.
All right. Who wants to tell a story or an encounter?
I'll tell one.
Okay. Josh,
Okay.
you hang in there with us if you want to, please.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Hi, Bart.
You hang tight.
Hello, Bart.
Hello, how you doing, brother?
It's John.
How you doing, John?
John Sherrill.
Didn't recognize
How
me,
you
did
doing,
you?
little Johnny Webb?
Hadn't seen you in a while.
Man, I haven't seen you in so long.
I know it. How are you?
I'm hanging in there, man.
This story goes back to the about 89.
And this is the
And,
LBL story
Yeah,
you're talking about, right?
I was actually at Eddy Creek on Lake Barkley,
Okay.
and we were fishing that night. I'd been down there working for Wayne, and we were doing the new houses down there around Eddy Creek, and so we basically stayed in a house that we were finishing, and so we got to fish and stuff all the time.
Mhm.
And Wayne Jr. and I went out one night, and we're parked on a little place called Prizer Point. and
What's that?
we're probably 40, 50 foot down from the road that we turned in on, and we just drove down to an empty lot, and that's where we fished from. And about 3 hours go by, we're fishing, catching a few fish, having fun, and all at once we hear these rocks come through the tree. Now, these aren't little pebbles. I'm talking about 3 or 4 pound stones.
Yeah.
And they're being hurled from above the road, which is 40 foot up a bank, and on the other side of the highway, coming through the trees and landing about 20 yards from us. And the first two, we were kind of thinking somebody was, playing a joke or whatever. And we never heard any noises other than that. And by the time the fourth stone hit the ground, we were beside ourselves. I mean, our hair was standing up on our neck, and we were kind of getting scared because at that time, Bart, I was a pretty good sized guy. Yeah. And as far as strong goes, I was plenty strong. There's no way I could have hurled a stone that far. My estimation is that was coming from about 50 yards.
And you don't know anyone that can hurl a big stone that far, I bet.
Exactly. And it's coming through, it's hitting tree limbs, you can hear it, it's ricocheting, it's busting limbs. And like I said, the time I knew what it was. I knew exactly what it was because I've been in the woods most of my life. Same way, fish all the time, hunt. And
Wolf for that donation.
And so,
Johnny, there's only one thing. There's only one creature in Kentucky that makes a huge racket, breaking limbs and trees as it approaches. Yeah. There's only one.
That's it. And we knew exactly what we were, hearing. We knew what it was. And Wayne actually, he told me, he said, I'm loading up and we've got to go. I've got to get out of here. It really bugged him that bad. I'm kind of the opposite. I was like intrigued by what was close by.
Yeah.
Although I do have a definite fear of them, and I've never physically, with my eyes, seen one, but I've heard them. I know what they sound like. I've heard the whoops, the wood knocks, the whole deal. And we don't go out and knock on trees and stuff. Cheryl and I ride around a lot of times and get out and listen. And just listen. We don't necessarily walk through the woods making a lot of noise. Right. But we'll sit and listen, and we can hear the activity from them. And I knew where you grew up. We, on the Booth Farm, all that area, Spotsville.
Right. You know my story well, bro.
Yes, I do. And I just wanted to throw that in there. You don't necessarily have to see one to understand what it is.
Right.
And I just wanted to share that.
Word, John.
Share that with you guys
because I believe you.
It was definitely something I'll never forget.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, thanks for coming on and telling your story to us, brother. And it's good to see you and Cheryl again.
Hey guys,
we'll have to get together
really
sometime, okay?
Yeah, we watch you guys all the time, so we're always, listening in.
Thanks for reaching out to me.
Brandy and Krista.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate you.
All right.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Okay. Happy Valentine's Day to you, Cheryl, and Johnny, hit me up sometime, and we'll.
Sure will. Sure will. Be glad to. I'd like to see you again. Oh, hey, I got one question for you, Bart.
All right.
Cheryl's wanting to know, is that your son that's doing the music on your show?
Oh.
No.
Okay, I didn't know.
No, he does his own music.
I knew he recorded some, and so she wanted to ask.
Yeah.
All right. Well, y'all take care.
Good to see y'all again.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Talk soon.
All right. Who we have next? Anna's next.
We have Anna and we have Tex up here. So
right. Hello there, brother Tex. How you doing, man?
Tex.
Good. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Doing good.
Hey, Tex.
Okay, let's let Anna. She's been waiting. Let's let Anna stay with us.
How's everybody doing tonight?
We're doing good, Wolf Sister. How are you and Kev?
Doing pretty good.
Good. Glad to hear. How's the grandbaby?
She's better today, thank goodness.
Good. Good.
Prayers work.
Well, what I was wanting to tell you guys was we all hear the stories, and maybe some of us have experienced this as well in the LBL of the white vans.
Yeah.
Well, in September of 23 last year, when me and Michelle, Tales from the Narc-Side, when we went down for our trip, we were with War Criminal and Elijah and Gabby. And it was about probably close to midnight. On the trace, took a rock road, drove miles back, got back there in the woods, and we went completely dark, all the lights out, and we did some call blasting. And that was my very first experience doing any call blasting. So that was pretty crazy. The first 2 times that Elijah did the call blasting, we heard the coyotes, and then we heard this amazing, loud, long, deep howl that was not the coyotes. We heard that 2 times, the very first 2 times. After that, it didn't answer anymore, but the coyotes kept getting closer each time.
Yeah.
We weren't getting a whole lot other than the coyotes coming closer. So we ended that session and we headed out of there. And this was probably close to 1 a.m. by the time we were done. We get out that rock road, get ready to turn on the trace, and here comes a white van turning right beside us to go down the very road that we were coming out of. And that was nothing back there but a rock road that led way back miles into the woods. There was nothing back there, but it had dark windows, white van. There was a guy driving. Either the driver's window was not tinted or he had his window down because he was wearing glasses and he had a button-down shirt on. So why in the world they were out there at 1 a.m. getting ready to drive a van with, little technical stuff on the top of it, blacked out windows, driving back out there miles in the middle of the woods? I have no idea, but we saw it.
Yeah.
So Anna, what do you believe you heard?
Not that I have heard that I know for sure it was a dogman, but I know it was not coyotes.
Sure.
Along with the coyote pack that was howling. Mm-hmm. It sounded the exact same as the howl that Michelle and I heard in August of 2022 when we heard the coyotes, and then we heard that long, deep, you could tell it was deep-chested, deep howl from across the lake. Sounded
there are red wolves in the LBL, right, Anna?
Yeah.
A lot of people know that, yeah.
Was it anything like the recording that I played that came off of Gary Spike Sr. property?
I will have to listen to that text and see.
Yeah, that's something else. You need to, Anna.
Definitely, I need to listen to that to compare.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd be interested seriously to get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, it was interesting. It like I said, the very first 2 times that we did the call blasting, we heard it. After that, I think we did 5 or 6 more call blasting, and it did not answer along with the coyotes. But the coyote pack was getting closer to us.
Well, speaking of LBL, I'm in almost in constant contact with my friend, the scientist. Good night, Sparky. God bless you.
Good night.
Yeah, thanks for stopping in.
Good night, Paul.
Good night, Paul. So, and good night, Spilling. Everybody that's going to bed, good night. So he's the scientist, the LBL scientist, texted me last week a picture of some claw marks that he found on the ground down there. And there were 4 claw marks, huge, bigger than his hand. And he said he was down there and he he heard once more underground activity there. So this was last week. So whatever they're doing there, it's still going on, and whatever is there, it's still there, and probably always will be unless I run into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely an odd, eerie place. So, Josh, you're going to be in for a
Real treat.
A real treat.
Yeah, sorry about that. I mean, I'm got work stuff going on. I had an incident on Saturday.
That's all right, brother.
Yep,
So he's talking about the LBL and how much fun we're going to have when you get done.
It's going to be fun. I heard what you were saying though, and I wasn't trying to be rude. I just
Oh no, you're fine, Josh.
Yeah, I just jumped on because and I'm dealing with well, we're at war with homeless people. And one of them, I call her Queen Boudica because she thinks she's the queen of the homeless people, and they're like Mad Max on Thunderdome. I'm not joking.
Wow. Good night, Lady Wolf. Thank you for stopping in, hon.
It's crazy stuff, dude. But,
yep, totally.
Austin's crazy, man. It's
Barton, you saw it.
Yeah, I don't know how you guys stay there, honestly.
It's the first time I've ever seen an actual homeless person living under a bench or living under a bridge in my life. I was just blown away when you took us downtown Austin that night.
Covered in them. They're everywhere, and it's so. Oh my gosh! Some of the places that they're just infested with them, and one of the places where Scorpion's at, it's perpetual warfare there. And then the wall we got it under control because we have 7 guards there.
Oh wow!
That's ridiculous to have 7. Now it's a 200-yard long place,
right?
75 yards deep, so it's a big place. But you're dealing with it's war. I mean, there's no other way to put it. I mean. And it's just a constant struggle. And so I just had a guard messaging me right now saying that they had an altercation. And so when I'm done here, I'll go and find out what happened.
Well, be safe.
Yeah, be safe, brother.
There's Letitia, you must have really led a sheltered life because there's homeless all over. That was the first time that really.
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever. Well, I've seen like homeless people around, walking around with shopping carts, and they're homeless, but these people were literally
sleeping on the sidewalk.
Yeah, they're just sleeping in big packs. I mean, it's
sleeping under the bridge, the overpasses, and it was just like, wow! I was blown away. I was just blown away.
Yeah, St. Louis has that problem too.
I lived in Texas when I was younger, and I never seen anything like that. So
also, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful city until you look down at the streets, and then you see it's not so beautiful. Jimmy Blanton, you say you sent me an email, buddy. I'll have to look for that. I don't recall seeing that, but I will look. Gmail is like the worst email deal that you could have for me anyway. Nothing but problems with that, but I will look for it, buddy.
Well, Barton, I still got Hotmail too.
Oh my goodness!
Much better than Gmail, I'll tell you.
Anna, we appreciate you coming on and telling us about that. I think our next guest was Tex.
Thanks, Anna. We love you.
Thank you, Anna. I love you.
Anna, don't go. Wait a minute. Don't run off, Anna. Don't run off.
Okay.
Next, what you got, brother? You looking really good. You've been working out or something?
He's been dieting.
You've been down there working out with brother Josh, haven't you? Watch out, he'll kill you in that gym.
See, that's another thing. People don't know. They just don't understand the workout. They don't get it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I understand it plenty good.
Yeah, you do. You Chris Clough learned too.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, Chris Clough. He was really shocked at the amount of weight that I throw up.
So Anna, I'm sorry, Josh. I didn't mean to.
No. You go ahead.
I wanted to play. They unfortunately gave me the power to push buttons on this, so I loaded that howl up.
Okay.
So if you and everybody in chat wants to hear it, I'll play it.
Sure.
If it's okay with Barton.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
great. Play it.
All right, here we go. Let's see. Turn this stuff up.
My goodness.
So
Definitely
Yep,
not a
I got
coyote.
cold chills. Yep, I got cold chills. It sounded a lot like it. A lot. Only what we heard was a little bit longer, drawn out howl.
yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Yeah, that's real creepy. I sure wouldn't want to hear that out in the middle of the woods. And
yeah.
Right.
That's well, to talk to
no.
Randy. You heard it out in the middle of the woods.
We did. We did. We heard it in Brown Springs, Oklahoma. We sure did. Crystal J and Gary Spike Sr., who's in chat also, they were there, and we heard that. But in that particular recording, it's really cool because you'll hear a growling or in some little grunting underneath it, but it sounds close. It's like really close. And to me, I have my doubts on that being any type of flesh. I'm thinking that's a little something different on a different plane.
It doesn't sound like a canid of any type that I've ever heard.
No, but there is a growl or something, and it's underneath, and you really have to listen to it. But in between the howls, you hear this other grumbling and growling and guttural type thing, and I'm not quite sure that that's any type of flesh whatsoever.
Yeah, the thing about it is, and Gary corrected me the other day. Well, it's not too far. We weren't too far apart, but somebody was asking me about the distance, and it's about the howl was they figure about 400 away, about 400 yards away from the mic. Now this,
Wow. That's 1,200 feet.
So the growls and the grunts that you'll hear between the howls are less than 10 feet from the mic.
Yep.
And so what we think, and we know there's Bigfoot activity on the property. There's no doubt about that. They've had sightings and everything else and activity and stuff like that. And they've even left them gifts and stuff. But what we think may have happened is there's just I'm just throwing something at the wall to see what sticks here. But my theory is, or my thoughts are, that there was a dogman that came through the area, and that's him howling. But the growls underneath or between the howls is possibly I think it's a Bigfoot that ain't happy about the dogman being there. That's just my opinion.
Well, you could be right, Tex. It's been there's a couple of stories out, including mine that's 50 years old now, that has these things working together. Mm-hmm. Now, in my case, I'm not sure it was a dog man, probably not, but because it didn't have the tall ears. But like Martin Groves, his story has the Bigfoot and the dog man working together. So, yeah. So, and I was just talking to Joe earlier tonight, Joe Doyle, Hellbit Holler, and he's having a lot of activity there, and it's surprising him that there's more than one type of creature in this area. And I told him, I said, where Bigfoot goes, all the other humanoids go too. So not a surprise to those who know what's going on, right? Yep. Where there's one, there's others for whatever reason that may be.
Well, and we were talking about this last night on my show, that you hear reports of going both ways. You hear of them being almost, I know people that say they have pictures of them being in the same nest and that type of thing, the pups and the little kids. But you hear reports of them working together, and you also hear the other reports they don't get along. Now, I think it's probably a tumultuous relationship at best. I think they tolerate each other because they neither one. I don't think they want to fight. I mean, it's the last thing any big apex predator wants to do is fight.
Right.
So.
Well, that's assuming that we're dealing with big apes running around.
Well, that's true. I'm coming from the flesh blood camp, so
flesh and blood camp. I mean, yeah, you're starting to see a move away from that, and you
are.
I was a flesh and blood at one time. I mean, and
you all start out that way, brother Tex. Every one of us.
Yeah, I mean, everybody was at some point was a flesh and blood. You don't ever see anybody going from being, the metaphysical or whatever this is we're dealing with going to being flesh. It's always the other way. And once you change over and start coming to what I believe is the truth, not to push my views, but whatever, but then you see them getting attacked, which is what's happening. Because these people are panicking and they're mad and they're like, oh, these people are crazy. So no, not crazy. They're seeing something that doesn't fit the narrative. And when you start not fitting the narrative, well, the other camp gets real cranky and they're losing people every day. And there's a reason for that.
Well, I think it really hurt. I think it really hurt them when, with the whole thing with, I don't know if you want to say the name, but the big outfit that was, the Bigfoot outfit that was altering the
Not finding anything.
Them.
Them, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pitiful display of search of any kind. Carlos asked, any stories of Dogman fighting Bigfoot? Yes, Carlos, lots of stories. But the question is, can you believe them? Are they coming from somebody you can believe?
Good night, Gwen.
Yeah, good night, Gwen. Thank you for stopping in, hon. Good to see you. So that's the question, Carlos. Personally, I don't see why any humanoid would fight another one, because I believe they're all from the same source. But, I'm not trying to force anyone to believe anything. I'm just telling you what I know to be true. So
what I believe with that situation, and me and Barton have gone back and forth on this. I kind of vacillate. I think that we're dealing with what possibly could be both, but I also think that, like what Barton says about them being from government created or underground, like in labs,
Yeah.
Are you laughing, Tex? What's going on?
I'm laughing at the comment.
Yeah, Shade Viking just cracks me up with his stuff. I'm just saying.
Dogman robbing liquor stores together and drinking in park. Well, that's only if the AI tells them that. Okay, that's
yeah.
There you go.
But I'll tell you this: if you look at some of the accounts that we've gotten, there are people that see both of them on their property. And some of these guys out in Giddings, they're ranchers, man. Mm-hmm. They got no reason. One guy, he's 76 years old, man. He told me point blank. He says, "Mr. Turner, my exit's coming up. I got no reason to lie to you, son." And he said, you seem like a nice boy, but if you want me to tell you the truth, he goes, I think these things are demonic. Point blank. But my view, and I've said this before, and I've said it on my show, I've said it, many times, evil doesn't play together. Evil will only come together for a short time to do some nefarious thing, and then it turns on each other. They always do. It always happens. There is never a time when they always turn on each other. If you look at World War II, look at Germany and Russia. They invaded Poland together. Only Germany got smacked for it, but Russia was right there with them. Russia invaded Poland from the north. Germany invaded from the south, and they divided it up evenly. And then they played together for a little while until,
right.
Hitler decided which was correct, that Stalin was a threat, and Stalin knew at some point they were going to have to fight each other. They're not going to share. And so eventually they fought. But really and truly, it should have been a war against both, not just one. One was communist.
My question for the people who tell such stories: if humanoids do actually fight one another, which fighting is a purely physical activity, right? If they physically fighting is, if they are enemies that do battle, put it that way, where are all the bodies, right? The Bigfoot bodies, or do the Bigfoot drag the Dogman bodies?
What do you think about this, though? If they are something like the late Linda Godfrey, who was a mutual friend of both of ours, and we've had talks with her on the phone, and we talked to her. Think about it like this.
Miss her so bad.
Yeah, she was a heck of a person, man. It sucks when people like her and J.C. Johnson, they're gone, and you can't talk. Brenton Salwin, there's people like, you can't talk to them anymore. There's nothing you can do. Rosemary Ellen Guiley, I never got to talk to her. It sucks. Yeah. I talked to Ken and Lyle and everybody that knew her, and they tell me all this.
I knew her too. She's a great woman.
You're lucky. You got to talk to her. I did get to speak to John Zaffis. You were talking about John Zaffis the other day. That's a cool dude.
Oh, yeah. He's a great guy.
Great guy. But, you look at all these different people, that have come and gone, and one of them, Linda, she actually was of the opinion before she died that these things were metaphysical, that they were doing things that defied, and she said that they would eat because they were on this plane of existence. So if they kill each other, why not eat each other? I mean, they're cannibals too. I mean, they'll eat their own kind. I mean, there are cases of Bigfoot predating on their own. I got one up in Washington, where someone claims that a Bigfoot, well, I don't know if it's, I mean, you really don't know what it is. It's some type of, as Barton says, an humanoid, but it was climbing up a tree with what appeared to be a small, unalived, to be polite for YouTube, baby Bigfoot, and it got up to the tree and began to eat it. I mean, and it was a female. So was it eating its own young, if that was what that was, or was it just being opportunistic and eating because they don't care? I'm not of the opinion that they're all good, giant, gentle forest creatures that love everybody. I don't believe that no more than I believe humans are our friends. And
we're not looking at Harry and Henderson's here.
Yeah.
They were talking about they don't believe they're our friends, and they're like, take it from us. We're abductees. These things are not your friend. They're not here, happy space brothers, to be your buddy. That's a myth. You got these myths that people perpetuate about these creatures and about what we're dealing with here, that we're dealing with some kind of ape species, whatever. But then you got these things vanishing and doing all kinds of weird things, And I've heard the Aper camp talking about, well, they'll walk backwards in their own footprints. Dude, shut up. All right. That is the most ludicrous. Josh cut a book about how the footprints vanish. In fact, it's in the title. It's in the site.
That's just that's a way to rationalize this thing leaving a line of footprints and then disappearing completely. And it's happened to me before. And this is not an opinion. This is a fact. I'm not up here to give you my opinion. But it's happened to me before. This thing took 4 steps and it was gone. And it did not even leave a footprint, right? So, Dorothy Metcalf, welcome, hon. We're glad to have you. And everyone, please say a prayer for William Nighthawk.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Doing good, yeah.
He's not doing well.
He's in bad shape.
What's wrong with him?
Well, I know he has cancer. He's had cancer for quite a while. I don't know I haven't talked to him recently.
Just corresponded with him like a week ago.
William Nighthawk. So yeah, we're up here trying to do some good text, and it's I don't hold it against anyone for thinking differently than me, right? Just as I hope you wouldn't hold it against me for thinking differently than you, because what I experienced is totally convinced me that these things are not purely flesh and blood. They are when they want to be. They eat, they sleep, they poop. But when they don't want to be, then they're not here anymore. And that's the only way to explain the footprints ending in mud or not leaving footprints at all. You can see you can see them walk across a field, but there's no prints. So, you have to, when you experience that yourself, you have to figure out a way to, come to a conclusion that involves that, right? And it's the flesh and blood, the ape theory to me. There's nothing against any of the apers out there. That's fine. But to me, that is the least likely explanation.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I'm right now. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ann.
Sorry, Tex. That's like
good.
when me and Michelle found the footprints. There was only one full print and then a half one. Where was the rest of them?
Right.
There was just the 1.5.
Yeah, it's good that grown people can sit up here with different opinions and get along and talk.
Yeah.
And love each other. I love Tex to death. I don't care if he believes Bigfoot or from the moon. It doesn't really matter.
I personally do not.
And that's fine. Yeah.
Hey, Krista, do we have somebody else in the background?
No,
Okay, it looks like there's somebody down there that I can't see.
it's
Other
text.
than I can see text, but it looks like there's somebody else down there, but it's okay.
Tex, you keep up the good work, buddy. You're looking good. And how many chin-ups are you up to now?
How many what?
Chin-ups.
I'm maybe a half.
Well, keep working on it. That's a start. You gotta start somewhere.
No,
Hopefully
it's it's gonna be
next.
it's gonna be a long road, but I mean, I'm making good headway, and I'll tell you what floored me is the support from everybody as far as that
Yes.
goes.
Mhm.
Right. It gives me the
And I
inspiration
just
going
want
too.
to say everybody, thank you so much because it's been very humbling, very very humbling.
You know what it is like when we were there in San Antonio with you and the ladies here, and we were all there, Lyle and with Jason, and Rod, and we were having dinner. It was just like it always is. It's like a family reunion.
Mhm.
You and I went to the store together and we talked, and
Yep.
and you told me I was crazy if I was going to bet money on the Niners. And I said, yeah, you're probably right, and but and so it was the night before the Super Bowl or the night before the whatever the
It was a playoff.
Division playoff.
playoffs that just finished. Yeah, the AFC NFC championship games. And so I tell you right now, I really think that what we do as a community, and I'm talking about us here in our small community within a community, we are very close. We're very tight knit, and everything that's happened to us lately, it's bounced off of us.
Yep.
We're impervious. I mean, I really believe that. They're not going to stop us. They're not going to hurt us. And there are a lot more people that support us than don't. And we support each other.
Yep.
Yes, we do.
I know that I could pick up the phone and call anybody in this group right here at any time.
Absolutely.
You guys know you got an open line to me.
Yep.
We take care of each other. There's nothing we can't accomplish, nothing we can't do. You
Mhm.
guys have all been to the studio. Well, Anna obviously has not. I don't really know her that well, but you guys are
Take
welcome.
it from me, she's salt of the earth, brother.
Well, she's welcome at my studio anytime too. Brother Larry Fisher, Larry's in the chat. He comes to the studio all the time. I mean, we're all family here. I
Yep.
look at Martin and Daryl as my brothers. They gave me that beautiful knife at my conference.
Yes.
I say my conference. It's our conference. All of us together. We did this together. And I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea. People like to say things, whatever, and I just let it roll off my back like a duck. I was a duck in high school. That was our mascot. And so whatever, I don't care. I mean, you're not gonna hurt me. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. And we're gonna, people are allowed to believe how they want to believe. They don't have to believe like me. Some people believe the earth is round. Some people believe the earth is flat. I'll say this. People say, well, are you a flat earther? No, not by the literal sense, but, and I've said this to Brother Barton, it's intriguing that a lot of boat captains and a lot of pilots are flat earthers, which is
It's also intriguing how the earth looks at 35,000 feet in the air, brother, which I didn't think
very
out.
weird. I mean, it's a very weird thing. And some people believe in Bigfoot. No.
And I will say this. I believe what God says about his creation. So that's all I'm going to say about it.
Hey, Wolfman Jake.
Yeah, hello, Wolfman Jake. So Daniel
I'll
Williams.
say this, and Josh,
go ahead, Tex.
I keep stepping on everybody. I'm sorry.
No, you're not. Go ahead.
I just want to say this, and we talked about this down in San Antonio, Josh, when we was all sitting together, and we may have different opinions, different beliefs, but the thing about it is we can sit down and have a civil conversation, and learn from each other because we all have open minds and open hearts,
Exactly.
And
I'll tell you what, brother, nothing's going to stop the truth, no matter how many people are against it. It's not going to be stopped. It's not something that can be stopped. So it's like a line; you just let it out, and it feeds itself and keeps on going. And that's what I've been doing since 1985.
The thing that me and Brandy have been, well, and not just me and Brandy, but on Texas Front Porch, what we've been talking about lately is, are these things possibly the fae that's been
That's a good question, Jack.
for thousands of years, and we're just calling them different names.
Now you're learning to ask the right questions, right? So these things change to fit the times. That's what I'll say to you. If you just look at that along those lines, you'll arrive at the truth, and you'll be right here with us, brother. But it's getting late. We're going to have to call it. Bad as I hate to leave good company, this is some of the best company we've ever had on this show. We appreciate everybody that's been here.
Absolutely.
Everybody that supports us.
Everybody's got to work tomorrow.
Yeah. Everybody that that just stop saying you can't chat anymore unless you're a subscriber. If you want to come in here and say some snarky comments, at least you're going to have to be a subscriber. But that's the only thing that's changed. And thank you everyone that's joined in our membership tiers. You guys help us so much. You're just incredible. You don't know what a difference you make. And we'll be back next Wednesday night. So happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Josh, Tex, Anna, we love all you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Krista, Hollywood, we love you. And we're going to see you soon. Hopefully we'll see everybody that's on this screen right now within the next month.
Hey, y'all, and remember, if you have any roofing needs, Larry Fisher and Sons Roofing.
Yes,
I don't
Larry
have
Fisher.
his hat.
Here, I got his hat right
Hold
here.
on just a second.
Go travel.
Will travel. I found out tonight. He
Yes,
will
he will.
travel.
We'll travel.
There you go. Hope you can see that.
Can y'all see that?
Mm-hmm.
There's a Dallas boy.
Down
Yes.
that number.
He's got that.
All your roofing needs. And you guys, like I say, thank you so much for being here. You make it all worthwhile, and you make us want to come back every week and talk to you. It's been a great night. I love talking to people like this. You know, it's something that I don't get to do when I have a guest on, right? I can't look at the chat, or I can't respond to any of the chat comments, but we'll do this more often because I'm really enjoying this format right here.
I do too.
Hey, before we go, I want to say something really quick. Oh, sorry, Letitia.
No, go ahead.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure, because I was just going to have Chris to do something, but go ahead.
Well, I wanted to say something. If you haven't done this already, and I'm going to suggest this to you, there's a book you got to read. It's my favorite book. It is absolutely my favorite book, and it's always been in my top 3 of cryptids, ghosts, whatever. But go check out Barton's and Humanoids, and that's what this is. It is my favorite book. It's a 400-page book. I'm not gonna lie. I almost read it twice. I read most of it, and then the second time, yes, and it is a wonderful book.
Thanks, brother.
We had a great time with Brother Ken Gerhard, and we auctioned those books off and did it for Ken. Yeah, we signed them and did it for Ken to do his expedition. And so it's a great book. The people that won those books, they cherish them because those were the rare print books. I got one. I still have. But I'm going to do this before we leave. Pick 2 people from the chat, and I'm going to send you guys a conference shirt. Barton Nunley did the artwork for it. It's a beautiful artwork, and we made hats and shirts for y'all's show for that. It was a Christmas.
Yeah, very generous of you, brother.
And it's the artwork that Barton did. I still got it from the first conference. We have some shirts left, so if you would like, I can send you a shirt. So if you want to pick 2 people from the chat, I think that it would be fair if Anna and Tex, if you guys wanted to pick somebody, and then they can reach out to me at Josh Turner at prtpodcast.com, Josh Turner, prtpodcast.com, and I will we'll send it out to you. We just mailed like 22 items that are people out today. We mailed stuff out today. We do it. We're going to be doing it every Monday and Tuesday. We're going to be mailing out. So if you guys want to pick somebody from the chat who has never won from one of ours before, and we'll send them out some shirts and from the conference.
Thanks, Michael.
All right.
So that's the highest compliment any author could ever get, brother, is for someone to tell him that he has written a book that someone wants to read twice. So thanks for that. I appreciate it. Yep. I really do. Yep.
So Anna, if you would like to pick somebody, I think Josh said Anna and Tex. Y'all pick somebody out of on the comment section, and they're gonna get a. And
tomorrow night, ladies, Blondes and Booze, we'll do a giveaway with you guys tomorrow night. So y'all show up tomorrow night.
Awesome.
Yeah, everybody. Let's support each other. The paratroopers and the boosters and the humanoids, we all stick together, and it's so good to go on y'all's show and see all these people that we in Texas Front Porch. So good to go on y'all's shows and see all these people. They're the same people, and it's like really it shows that we're making a difference, right, Wolf?
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
We support each other. Anna, go ahead and pick someone.
Well, I can't see the chat right now.
Oh, you can't see the chat?
See here. No, not while I'm in StreamYard.
Okay.
All right, Tex, can you see it?
Yes, I can.
All right, you go ahead and pick somebody, and maybe Anna can you hop on your phone, Anna?
Yeah, I mean,
she's on her phone.
I could. Yeah, I'm on my phone.
Are you on your phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yes, you can't do it on her phone.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll put somebody at random. I'm just gonna.
As I say, while you guys are picking, tomorrow night, if you guys have liked this conversation with the Bigfoot, the Dogman type thing, tune over to our show tomorrow night because we do have Jeremiah Fountain, and that's going to be the topic tomorrow night. So we'll kind of finish.
It's going to be a
some of
great
this.
show. Hope to see everybody there. Hope to see everybody in PRT's chats. Hope to see everybody on Texas Front Porch's chats. So we all stick together.
DMR.
DMR.
Jeremiah's got some good
DMR.
stuff too.
The name in my head right now, Truthy Ruthie.
Truthy Ruthie.
That's my pick. Her name is in my head and I can't get it out.
Well,
Truthy Ruthie.
she deserves something then.
All right, Tex,
Right.
who do you have?
Truthy, we did pick you, hon. Get in touch with Brother Wolf. He's going to send you something.
Josh Turner at PRTpodcast.com. Josh Turner, PRTpodcast.com.
Okay.
All right, Tex, your turn.
Well, man, I hate being. Ooh.
Pick me, Tex. Pick me.
Tex is such a nice guy. He doesn't want to hurt anyone he's feeling.
Right.
I know.
Spiritual Odyssey has been saying pick me, and they are definitely, they haven't won before. They said that. So
Well, and that's odd. That's odd because that's kind of who I was going with too.
wow.
Oh, well, there you go.
We actually met
Who was it?
Spiritual
I
Odyssey
didn't
at one of our LBL trips to meet all of
Yes,
I didn't hear who won. Who did Tex pick?
a Spiritual Odyssey.
Spiritual Odyssey.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
we met her. Yes.
Congratulations, Ruthie, and Spiritual Odyssey. And you guys, JoshTurnerPRT.com, right?
Yep.
Brother Wolf?
Yeah, and we're gonna drop the link from our podcast show or from earlier. Go join the Facebook group at Paranormal Roundtable on Facebook. And if you leave a comment on the link, you can, if you just leave a comment, you can be chosen to win a book from many different authors, Barton Lindley being one of them. And then don't forget, Friday night, 8 o'clock, we do a show just like this. We have a guest that comes on, and we're going to pick people to win that. And again, on Saturday, we're doing the alien abduction and UFO, all that phenomenon, how it ties into the cryptid field and everything else. And that one's with Garitano coming up on Saturday.
Definitely ties in, brother. It
8
definitely
o'clock
does.
into, and then 7:30 on Sunday. 7 to 7:30 on Sunday. We do it again, and we'll pick at least 2 winners all week. We're going to do this all month. We're going to pick people. So
Awesome.
Excellent.
That's
Good
great.
I'll tell you what,
month for all
I've got
everybody.
I've got an idea. I've got an
Uh-oh.
idea.
Let's hear it, Tex.
Well, and I'm not going to hate you if you can't make it, but everybody here in the group, how about we look at March 11th and we do this over on my channel
Okay.
if you're available.
See if we're available.
Okay.
let me
Yeah.
look at my calendar here.
Krista, are we available? You're our secretary.
You are available.
March 11th is a Monday. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Now I have one more announcement, and then I'm going to ask Krista to pull up our thank yous that we need to do.
Yes.
Bart and I were actually talking right before the show started about doing a couple of giveaways. We want to give away a shirt that Josh Turner sent us and a hat that he sent. But we want to do it when we hit 7,000 subscribers. We're almost there. You guys get out there, subscribe, and when we hit it, we're giving away a shirt and a hat.
No, we'll be giving away more than that. Josh sent us a whole box of shirts and a whole box of hats. So we're going to have a good giveaway.
And we'll donate more again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody wants to donate to this giveaway, more than happy to give it away and promote you.
Yeah, I can add whatever you need to it too. Seriously, I mean, I don't know.
Well, thanks, brother. We
Hey,
appreciate you.
Hey, Tex, you want to tell us where we can find you and drop your link?
Brandy,
Yes, you can find Tex and myself on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Central. That's Texas Front Porch, and Tex has the bestest host in the world, me, on that show. So make sure you show up Monday nights at 8 p.m. Central.
All right.
Yes. William says he's subscribed to all 4 of our shows, and he's a member of the Humanoids and the Blondes and Boots. Thank you, brother William. You're a
Brother
outstanding individual.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have to say something. You was going to read something about William Nighthawk a while ago. Can you remember
Yes,
what
so
it was?
Dan says that William Nighthawk is nearing the end of his journey here on Earth. So
Oh,
you
my
guys
God.
send up some prayers for that good fellow, okay?
Jeez Louise, that sucks.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's brain cancer, and it's I'll tell you what, we don't have a short period here. We only have a short time on this earth, and so we need to not waste it by telling lies and causing struggle and strife amongst people.
We love you too, Mickey.
Yes,
Yeah.
we love you, Mickey. So everybody just try to be nice to one another, okay? And like I said, it's free. It doesn't cost anything. It's pretty easy to do. If someone is, if they're getting on you, then I think we need to just walk away and let them stew in their own silence there. And that's what I'm going to do. You know, Brother Josh, I have people that's doing me the same way they're doing you. And I'm not even going to so much as say their names anymore, ever. So we love you guys.
No,
thank
we
you,
still
everyone.
We have to do thank yous.
Oh, okay. Yes, we have to thank you. I have to do thank for the donations. Okay, Chris, you got those highlighted, hon?
All right.
So I actually had
happy birthday.
Hang on.
I had William slated to come on the show on March 1st. So that is really
touch me, brother. Might ought to move it up if you can.
Oh.
So, Biggie,
Happy birthday.
happy birthday. Send us your mailing address. We'll send you out a birthday gift, okay? So, inhumanoidencounters@gmail.com. Okay, let's thank all the people who are so graciously donated, including Brother Josh there.
So go ahead and read them, baby.
You go
I
ahead.
can't see them from here.
Oh my goodness, girl.
Read 'em.
Jamie, thank you so much. Thank you so much for becoming a member. We really appreciate you and welcome. Lady Baker, thank you. Thank you for your super sticker. Lady and Baker, yes. Thank you so much. And we see you a lot in here, and it's good to see you. Pork Chop Express, thank you, buddy. Bart, I just learned Betsy Beldar. Okay, yeah, thank you, Pork Chop.
Well, there's Truthy Ruthie.
Ruthie, yes, the winner.
Thank
Ruthie,
you,
Ruthie,
Ruthie.
thank you. Thank you, hon. We appreciate you so much.
Liberty 1776. Thank you.
Yes, thank
we
you, Liberty.
appreciate you. You're
The
always
Liberty is awesome.
Yeah, you are awesome.
Larry Fisher.
Larry,
Thank
another
you,
great
brother.
guy.
Yes, thank you, Larry. Brother Larry Joe.
Thank you, Catherine. Thanks
Catherine, another
for
good
being here and being a mod. Thank you, Shade.
shade.
We appreciate
Yes.
you making us laugh.
Yes.
Justin Boyd. I think that's what that says.
Mm-hmm.
Lolly. Is that Lolly? Sue
Lolly.
G, thank you for the Inhumanoids memberships. We appreciate you. You're always here for us. Josh
Thank you
Turner,
so
you're
much.
always here for us and do a lot for us, and we
Yes,
really
thank you,
appreciate
brother.
you.
We appreciate your generosity and your kindness.
Sue and Dorothy, both members of ours too.
Good deal.
Dorothy Metcalf,
We're
thank
starting
you.
to see a lot of people.
Yeah.
Larry Fisher, thank you again, bud. We appreciate you.
Brother Larry.
I can't read that one. It's in green.
Michael Russell.
Michael Russell, thank you.
Michael
I appreciate
Russell.
you.
Well, thanks, Mike. We appreciate you so much.
That is the end of them.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, guys. Tex, thank you for coming on. Josh, thank you. Anna, if you're still there, I think you are. Thank you. Brandy, Chrissy, you
I'm
guys
here.
know how much we love
Yeah.
y'all and
We love
appreciate
we love
you.
all you guys.
And love everybody in this
Thank
chat.
you all.
Think
You're
this
welcome.
This is the best chats, and we all have the same people in our chats, and it's good to see everybody. And everywhere we go, they're there.
Yeah, so great. And then we all band together. When we all band together completely, then we'll know that we've done something. And
Yeah.
we love you, Anna, and tell brother Kev, my wolf brother Kevin, we love him too. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone. God bless everyone, and we'll see you next Wednesday at 8:00 Central.
I'll
Bye.
see you tomorrow night on Blondes and Booze,
Right.
8 p.m. Paratroopers, and then humanoids. What are you calling your people? The Inhumanoid Army, or what do you call it? Humanoids?
Yeah, I really don't have a name yet, brother. I don't want to,
We'll have to think of one.
You
Yeah.
know what? I'm sorry.
just call them what.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Call them one. Call
Call
them
them
one.
whatever you want.
Bart's
Whatever
Lectures.
to be called, that's what we'll call them.
I need to let Brandy or Krista tell us where we can find you guys. Tell us where we
On
can.
the
yeah,
Booze
you can
Paranormal Podcast.
Yeah,
Hey, look at
you can find Chris and I on Blondes and Booze Paranormal Podcast every Thursday at 8 p.m. Central. Our new time on Friday is 7 p.m. Central. We changed our time, so everybody in right here, actually, so you can enjoy everybody's podcast and their live shows. And that's where we are.
Okay, I
Alright.
got it right here, guys. Look, Paranormal Oz, who's always in my chat, just said Inhumanauts. What do you think of that?
There you go.
And Humanauts.
Whatever
And the
you want
booze-
to be
the booze-
called, we'll call you that. We love all of you. We appreciate your support. Happy Valentine's Day to each and every one of you ladies out there in the chat. And hopefully we'll see you all again tomorrow night on Blondes and Booze, and Friday night on Brother Josh's. And Tex, when do you come on again? Fridays?
Monday.
Mondays.
Mondays. See you
Yeah.
all on there Mondays. So, and back here again next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central. Be safe. We love you guys. God bless all of you.
Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Good night, guys.
Oh, sorry.